fly ball, a drive to center field. That'll get over the head of Robinson and all the way to the fence.
Lorbeck drives the lane, puts it up, right-hand lane, gets it to fall. He'll go to line for one more.
Very nice take by Zach Lorbeck.
Trying to go around Engel. He stones him far side.
Point blank on Engel again, and he stops him.
Shotgun snap, Engel looking left, now looking right. Throw far side, throws a fade up for grabs. Hunter Beechler, far side pylon. He comes down with it. Touchdown, Bayport Pirates. Line and fall into left field, and that'll go all the way to the fence. Coming in to score will be Hilbert. Feed it in. Matty Ray, right-hand lane and down.
Great steal by Ray. Jerks with a nice lob over the top.
Four skates to the near side circle, looking for some time. One time, and Martin Suna knocked off the water bottle. It's a one-timer and a goal, and the Pirates, they extend their lead.
He takes a swing at it. He'll send that one deep to right, and looks like that one's going to be a walk-off grand slam for Joe Byer.
Swinging a fly ball to center field.
It's over!
And that's it!
The Pirates win it!
Good evening and welcome to July. Welcome to state baseball. As this is it. This is going to wrap up the 2020-21 school year, and we're going to wrap it up in the state championship game here for spring baseball. Good evening and welcome out. Chris Learman and Mike Frieder back with you after Bayport wins a semifinal just an hour and a half ago, and they will be playing for a state championship, having won back-to-back in 2009 and 2010, and they're back in the title game for the first time in almost a decade.
Well, this morning the baseball tweet was "Let's Play 2" by Ernie Banks, right? And so that has come true. And Bayport tonight will take on Sun Prairie in the 2021 Division I State WIAA Championships. It should be a great game. This is what people kind of expected really early on in the year. These two teams have been rated 1 and 2 throughout the year. Sun Prairie comes in with a 28-2 mark, and Bayport comes in 26-1. And so obviously two great teams, and they're going to face off tonight. Both teams definitely were the better of the teams in the semifinal game, and they held serve despite a valiant effort by Menominee Falls and Eau Claire Memorial. So, Chris, it should be a great one. We've done a number of these state championship games in the times that we've been together, not necessarily just you and I, but if we reflect back, soccer, girls soccer back in 2017 where they took silver, then back 18 where they won the gold, and then girls basketball in 19 when they won the gold ball. Then there was golf that you covered earlier this year. Joe Baranchek getting her third state title in a row where the girls came up with the silver. And just doing the girls' golf tournament was quite the experience. First time that's ever been done. So I know the WA was very appreciative of that. And then there was football back last year in 2019 where the Pirates took the silver. So if I'm doing the math correctly, it's 2 gold, 3 silver. So to even it out would mean Bayport wins the gold tonight. And so should be a very interesting game. These two teams know each other very well. Played in the state championship against each other in 2012. Where I shared the story. Sun Prairie came up victorious. And actually, my son pitched that game. So as a principal, that's added.
Pitcher of record.
Pitcher of record. Record was loss. Came on to have a very good senior season, though, and was player of the year the following year and pitched a win down here in the state quarterfinals. And so great memories for me, too, and a lot of memories out there, people listening in the first game. And so if you're out there and you're a follower of Bayport baseball, or your kids have played, or your younger kids play, tweet the booth at Bayport High School, at Bayport Radio. Text me, give me a call, do what you need to do, but hopefully we can paint a picture for you tonight. A beautiful night here from Grand Chute, Wisconsin, the home of the Timber Rattlers. And today, 2 games to determine the state championship in the old format pre-COVID. It was 2 games the first day, followed up by the championship game the second day. So it'll be interesting tonight. Gavin Roosh will get the start. Gavin did not pitch in game 1, and so he has 100 pitches to give you. Eli Frank also available to give you, I think, just over 60. I think he had 34, Chris?
39.
39 in the first game. And interestingly enough, the starting pitcher, Jackson Hunley, for Sun Prairie. Sun Prairie went up 10-1 in that game. They took Jackson out after 2 innings, and he had how many pitches, Chris? And we're going to find that out for you. So the way high school baseball works tonight is you get 100. And if you're facing a batter in the 100th pitch of that at-bat, you get to finish out that at-bat. So a lot of things behind the scenes. Pitch counts will be really important, and it should be an awesome night here from Bayport. Both teams are awaiting introductions. They've taken their infield practices. They told us the game would start around 6 o'clock, and I think we should be right around that time as a very large crowd has poured in on the Bayport side, and obviously just location is a factor there. And Sun Prairie brings a good group here tonight too. And so all Division I games were played today. 3 games here. In the first game, Sun Prairie defeated Menominee Falls 10-7. They were up 10-1 in that game after 1 inning. Menominee Falls roared back to make that a competitive 10-7 game. Bayport, if you listened earlier, defeated Eau Claire Memorial in a game where Eau Claire really had some chances in the second and third inning with second and third and nobody out, bases loaded, nobody out, back-to-back innings with Theo Zeidler bore down and took care of business in a big day by Carl Cano. Carl with 5 RBIs in that first game, and so it should be a great evening of baseball. And first, we're going to have our national anthem here from Neuroscience Group Field.
From Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium in Grand Chute, it's time for state championship game baseball. They put the 2 seed, so they will be the visiting team. And Mike, the starting lineup for the Bayport Pirates.
Bayport will be the visitor team, and they're going to be led off by a very familiar lineup. Jacob Kleeman, your center fielder, will lead off. Number 16, Carl Cano. We talked about him in the first game. Carl with a big first game, and when Carl gets hot, he can get things moving, and hopefully it's that way for the Pirates again. He'll bat second, playing second base. Theo Zeidler, your pitcher in game 1, will bat third and play third base. Your catcher, Logan Van Lannen, will bat fourth. Eli Frank will move from third to pitcher over to first tonight to get the start. He'll bat fifth. Your designated hitter, once again, James Bornick. Gavin Roosh will move from first base to pitcher and be your starting pitcher. John Nickel, your starting right fielder, and Matthew Perry playing shortstop. Josh Clark will play left field, and obviously James Bornick batting for Josh Clark. So for the Pirates, it's Kleeman, Cano, Zeidler, Van Lannen, Frank, Bornick, Roosh, Nickel, and Perry. And Chris, now for Sun Prairie.
Starting lineup for the Sun Prairie Cardinals. Leading off and playing second base, Carson Shepard. Batting second at shortstop, Davis Hamilton. Batting third, the catcher, Josh Carone. Batting fourth, third baseman Liam Maroney. Batting fifth, the pitcher Jackson Hunley. Batting sixth in center field, Derlin Radland. Batting seventh at first base, Brady Stevens. The designated hitter bats eighth, Carter Wambach. Batting ninth, right fielder Addison Ostrenga. Again, your Cardinal lineup: Shepard, Hamilton, Carone, Moreno, Hunley, Radland, Stevens, Wambach, and Ostrenga. And the designated hitter, Carter Wambach, he'll be batting for the left fielder, Sam Ostrenga. Your umpire lineup is Toby Formiller from Neenah behind the plate. First base is Trent Haldeman from Waterloo. At second base is Nick Betts of Kendall, Wisconsin. And from Nakusa, Wisconsin, third base, umpire Derek Freeman.
Chris, we talked about the pitch count. You said you went over and checked it out. Jason Hunley pitched
39 pitches.
39. So we got 39 for Hunley, 39 for Eli Frank.
And for good measure, their number 2 pitcher last game was Davis Hamilton. He pitched 53.
53. Hamilton with 53. So that's something to look at here as it gets a little more interesting here as we have state championship 2021 baseball coming to you. Sit back, relax, Tweet the booth at Bayport Radio, at Bayport High School. Come on out. Plenty of good seats are still available. A lot of staff out here from Bayport, too. And so sit back, relax. Hopefully we can paint a picture for you tonight. And obviously we'd love to see the Pirates bring home a gold ball.
Today's Bayport baseball broadcast proudly supported by Zesty's Frozen Custard Grill, the finest frozen custard in town. North Shore Bank, the bank of you. Just J Creative website and brand development. The Press Times, your local paper and online source for Pirate Athletics. By Bell and Health, Titletown Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. By Gallagher's Pizza, Town Line Pub and Grill, and by members of the NEW Sports Radio Broadcasters Club. Chris and Mike from Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium. Sun Prairie will be in their home whites, white tops, white pants. Cardinals in right across the front with the navy accented numbers. Bayport navy tops with the white pants. So Bayport makes a switch in their uniform. They go to the road blues. That's a Pirates across the chest in white.
I'm assuming the higher seed always wore the whites today. So Bayport not the higher seed in this game. 1 versus 2. Sun Prairie 1, Bayport 2, and that's why Bayport will be the visitor team and will bat first as Sun Prairie takes the field.
So we get set for baseball again. Tweet the booth at Voice of BP or at Bayport HS. We would love to hear from where you may be listening from. Alumni, let us know.
The Verlonics are listening from Lubbock, Texas.
Awesome.
All the way, they say. It's a great family. The Verlonics. Miss them as they've moved down to Texas here recently, so wish them the best of luck. Big part of the Bayport baseball program over the last few years, along with the football program. So glad they're listening in tonight. Sit back, relax. Should be a good one, Chris.
It should be.
A lot of people talking up here in the press box between games, like who's going to win, who's the better team, what do you think? And I think consensus is that they don't know. I mean, it's I think if you play 10 times, it might be 5-5 in this one. So let's see who can obviously make the plays in the field is key. I always say don't walk anybody and don't make errors. And that's kind of obvious, I think, but that definitely held true here in the first couple of games today. And so
Sun Prairie, a 10-7 win to get here over Menominee Falls. Held on for a 10-7. They scored 10 in the first because Menominee Falls had 5 errors. They did not score the last 6 innings.
The rest of the game, Sun Prairie put 5 errors up on the board.
Yes.
So very unlike them.
Then Bayport an 8-1 win over Eau Claire Memorial due to clutch pitching out of Jams. Comment on the Facebook feed. Let us know where you're listening from. 602, and Jacob Clayman will step up to the left-handed batter's box as we are ready to go.
Pirate fans are whooping it up over there on the first base side. Bayport taking the same dugout as they had earlier. So big crowd here from Bayport High School.
And the first offering from Hunley, the Sun Prairie sophomore, will be a knee-high fastball, and we are underway officially. 6:03, first pitch.
All played up by our Toby Formula, a little quicker with the strike call.
0-1 offering will be in the zone of the slide piece, and it's quickly 0-2 on the Pirate leadoff spot. Hunley started the game for Sun Prairie, ended up coming out after a couple of innings of work. Only through as a check swing in the dirt. Kleeman chases, snap throw down to first, and there is 1 batter and 1 strikeout. He got pulled after a run because of the 10-run first, so they aimed to save him after 2 innings simply for this game. Almost backfired as Menominee Falls scored 6 unanswered runs, but the 10-run first held up. Carl Cano, number 2 in the Pirate order, and he'll take a breaking pitch, strike 1. Cano, a huge first game. 2-run single, 2-run double. Drove in 4. As he will take a breaking pitch down low, 1-1.
Hunley hitting the strike zone here early on here in the first inning.
And
He
Hunley,
said Carl
just
with a big game in the first game.
sophomore we mentioned, pitch home, swung on and lifted to the right side. That'll get up and out of play. Jackson Hunley, 4-0 in the regular season. He only started 3 games, but he had a .93 earned run average. as the pitch misses high to Kano, and it is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch home, swung on, a tapper up the third base line. This was going to be foul as it's picked up by Marino.
Just have to touch it over there, not necessarily pick it up, and Marino did that, so the ball didn't squirt back in fair territory. Carl with a good at-bat here, remains alive here in the first inning.
Kano comes all the way back. Hundley ready to work from the first base side of the rubber. Lined in pitch home. This is up and out. And it's drawn full to the Bayport second baseman. Kano in the opening game, single, double, reached on an air that pop up in the infield. Pitch swung on, lifted right side, and the Bayport youth are going to watch this one go over the hill and out of play. And
there they all go. Like I said earlier, like ants towards sugar.
Oh, man. Pitch again. Holmes swung on and fouled off right side. Third time this at bat.
They get another one. Great at bat by Carl. He's got to win this one.
One away, top one. Pitch. Kano is going to lift one into shallow center field. Coming on is Radland. Just a few feet into the grass, and he will put it away in F8. And there are 2 up and 2 down. So for Hundley, the .93 earned run average in 22 2/3. Gave up just 5 runs in those games. Theo Zeidler, Bayport's third baseman, takes tight. Ball 1.
See Kelly Fitzgerald down here for the second game. One of our teachers sitting down there by Cy. And Chad Johnson I see down there.
2 balls and no strikes on Zeidler. Theo, of course, winning pitcher last game, as he started on the mound. Letter high fastball, 2-1 on the junior. FRCC player of the year. Hundley, wind, pitch comes home. This is just off the plate. The outfield for the Cardinals, Ostringa, Radland, Ostringa. Brothers on the corners of the outfield. Hundley works home. Outer edge, strike 2. Marino at third with Hamilton at short. Shepard at second and Stevens at first. Josh Carone, the catcher. A very good one at that. He frames 3-2 pitch. Swung on, a ground ball to short. Hamilton moves 1 step to his right. Fire across the diamond. And the Pirates, they go 1-2-3 in the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. After the first half inning, there is no score, as we remind you. If you're looking for a place to grab some food, stop out at Town Line. Taste the mouth-watering burgers, gourmet pizza, and endless appetizers, offered a casual atmosphere and lively feel. Why not stop on the way to the game? Grab a bite to eat after the game, too. Night out, a group gathering after a sporting event or a birthday, we want to thank you for your patronage. Town Line, where the people come for the food and stay for the fun. Chris and Mike from Grand Chute, Fox City Stadium. Bayport goes 1-2-3 in the top half, and now the 1 seed, 25-2 on the year, Sun Prairie. They will come up to bat. Team that is every bit as impressive as Bayport's been all year. Sun Prairie's been the #1 team in the state from start to finish this year. They did lose 2 games, 25-2, but the state Wisconsin Baseball Association and coaches polls all year have Sun Prairie 1. Bayport floating around between the 2 and the 3 seed, or rather ranking in the state of Wisconsin. And Gavin Roosh will start for Bayport on the hill. Gavin for Bayport, a 1.18 earned run average. 8-0, if you include his sectional final win against Kimberly.
Interesting this year, obviously, with the different format, allows your better pitchers to remain in the rotation here during the 3rd game of the state tournament series. Typically, that's not the case when you have back-to-back days and you're playing 3 games. And so I like this format. I think
Yeah,
it,
because normally it's your number 3 against number 3 for a
yeah,
state title
it's
game.
usually 3 and 4, and sometimes 5 because it's a 100 pitch count, not 7 innings, and so pitching even becomes more important. But tonight, Gavin Roosh, one of Bayport's best pitchers, takes the mound here in the bottom of the first inning in the state championship game.
Carson Shepard, who has seen a lot of pitches in the first game today. He'll dig in from the right side. He'll be attending Ohio University to play baseball, and Gavin Roosh's first offering swung on, grounded ball up the middle, and that is going to be a leadoff single.
Saw this young man play in the state quarterfinals. He's fast, quick, the second baseman. Wouldn't be surprised if he's stealing here right away, as Sun Prairie looking to put the pressure on Bayport here early.
A Sun Prairie team that is not afraid to put on the hit and run, to move runners over, try to steal. Again, we mentioned against Bayport, not many teams have attempted to steal throughout the year. And the first pitch off and running, a hit and run, and Hamilton will foul it off to the left side.
I think he had that base stolen, Chris, as he got a really good jump there on Gavin. Gavin not throwing over to first, but wouldn't be surprised if he's going here again.
Roosh, big 6'3" Pirate pitcher, right-hander and senior. He'll come set. Runner holds, swinging a fly ball left field. Josh Clark moving back towards the gap, and he will camp under it. And Gavin Roosh has settled in for his first out of the day. It'll be Josh Carone.
Driven hard to left field, but it's a big park, Chris. We talked about that if you're familiar with Bayport. 310 down the lines, 365 in center. And this place, 405 in the right field power alley, 325 down the lines.
So corrected Karen, Josh Karen. He'll be a Cornhusker next year playing baseball. Runner is off. First pitch misses high. Throw from Van Lanen to second, and it's a stolen base for Carson Shepard. And Sun Prairie's got a man in scoring position. Sun Prairie will attempt to put pressure on you the entire game. Longtime head coach Rob Hamilton, 21 years at Sun Prairie. He coaches third base. Roosh comes home swinging a high fly ball to left field. Josh Clark is going to get under it. Shepard looks to tag. Clark with the grab. And he's going to flick it in, as that looked like a major leaguer that just got under one.
Yeah, big swing on that ball. It's your catcher, right? If I'm not mistaken, he's a really good player.
Correct, yeah.
And they're all good players at this level, obviously. And
so there are two away. He just missed a home run.
Josh
on
Clark
that
makes it look easy out there too, doesn't he? Good left fielder for the Pirates. Made those two huge plays in that sectional baseball game.
Liam Moreno, the third baseman, cleanup spot for Sun Prairie. Bottom of the first, Bayport went 1-2-3. And he'll send a deep fly ball left field. Clark moving back towards the track, a step in front of the track, and he'll camp under it. A long fly ball, but that's all it is. And away go the Cardinals. No runs, one hit. There were no errors, and there was one left stranded. After one inning complete here in the state title game, it is Bayport 0, Sun Prairie 0. You're listening to Bayport Pirate Baseball.
Welcome to Bell & Health Titletown Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, where we've taken the best of sports medicine and orthopedic care and placed it where the world can find it, in the Titletown district next to Lambeau and in a league of its own. At Titletown Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, we've made sure every aspect of your experience feels like a home field advantage, with elite care from the same sports medicine's fellowship physicians who treat the world's best athletes. So whether you're an athlete who wants to get back in the game or someone who just wants to get back to life with less pain, Titletown is where your comeback begins. Titletown Sports Medicine and Orthopedics from Bell & Health. We write comeback stories. Learn more at bellin.org/Titletown.
Ty Noy and family listening on the drive from Loveland, Ohio to Lake Nockabee, as the Pirates and the Cardinals 0-0 after one. See who else we can get to quickly here. Good luck to Theo and the Pirates from Jim and Chris Beatty. Jenny Garceau listening on the way to softball in Mankato. John and Kathy Krause listening in. Mike Nickerson and others will get to you as we move along. Pirates come up to bat 4-5-6. Here's Mike.
Jackson Hundley still back on the bump for Sun Prairie. Hundley got a 1-2-3 clean first inning. So Logan Van Lannen, Eli Frank, and James Bornick due up for the Pirates here, top of the second. If you just joined us, 0-0 here, top of second. Logan Van Lannen takes a strike from Hundley. Hundley, the sophomore, in control early on in this game. Hundley looks in. Wines delivers, and the Van Lannen with a shot back up the middle. That's going to be a hit for Logan Van Lannen to right center. And I'm sure we'll see a courtesy runner here for Logan. So the senior, Logan Van Lannen, gets it going here for the Pirates in the top of the second inning.
Kyle Berkland will run for the Pirate backstop. Base knock for Logan.
So Van Lannen now, pitch run or courtesy runner. Like Chris said, brings up Eli Frank. Eli over to first base for this game. Pitched the end of game one early today. You might see him later on in this game if needed with that 100 pitch limit. Hundley throws over to first. Nothing. Now the first pitch to Frank, and that's a strike low in the zone to Eli Frank.
You could probably count on one hand how many times a team's ace has pitched the state championship game.
Not very often.
Yeah, but they were able to conserve him from a 10-run first earlier today.
Hundley to Frank. Frank drives that one right side out of play. So Hundley quickly up 0-2 on Frank. No bunting in this game.
10 runs was actually the most runs scored in a first inning in state history.
And we saw it here earlier today. Not with some help, though, from the fielding of Menominee Falls in that one. 5 errors in the first, but battled to a 10-7 loss in that game. Eli goes after a high fastball, and he's down, strike three swinging. That brings up James Bornick. So 1 out. Top of the second inning. Logan Van Lannen with a single. Pitch run right now by Kyle Berkland. That brings up James Bornick. James with a huge sectional final like we talked about earlier. 2 ding-dings and a triple and an intentional walk. So Bornick, your batter. Bornick's going to lift that one left side out of play. James will play at Marion, where he had his big day a week ago.
Hare Baker Field.
Hundley throws over. Berkland back. Hundley now peers in out of the stretch. The throw. Bornick fouls that one off. So Hundley up again, 0-2 on James Bornick. 0-0 top of second. From Grand Chute. Hundley, the sophomore, looks in for the side. James calls time. James, we're in the stirrups, like many of the players on the Bayport team. Some pretty traditional. Pants all the way to the ankles. Pitch, and Bornick's going to hit one to the right side. He's going to stop at second. Berkland second, stops at second as Bornick hits a shot to the right side of the infield through the 3.5 hole, as Chris would call it. Gavin Roosh now your batter. The pitcher can help himself out here in the second inning. So first and second, 1 out for the Pirates.
Don't know if I've ever called that the 3.5 hole.
So it's a 5.5 hole for
right,
you, isn't
right.
it? That was a little bit of humor there between you and I. So Hundley out of the stretch again. Faces Roosh. Curveball, strike one called.
Well, he just fills the strike zone.
He does. So there's a lot of strikes. Gavin Benton, 226, 1 home run, 9 runs, 8 RBIs. looking to get the Pirates on the board here, top of second. Hundley delivers. Roosh, tapper to shortstop. He's going to go to second. Going to try to go anywhere. Everybody's safe. And now we get thrown out at third base. So the shortstop bobbles it. Everyone's going to be safe. Birkeland going to round third, thinking he may have a chance to score. If they go to first, gets caught off of third base, can't get back, and kind of caught there in no man's land. Not necessarily, don't know exactly the communication there between him and Coach Noy, but kind of a bang-bang play. Heads-up play by some Prairies. They're looking to make an error there, and Davis Hamilton, your shortstop, makes a great play on the throw over to Marino. So now it's first and second. Those are plays you can't make, Chris, and probably win a state championship. That's a big play right there. Bases loaded, 1 out. Now you got 2 outs with first and second.
Yeah, it goes out to the E6. Bases should have been full. Birkeland rounded the bag and got caught and rounded the bag.
Now John Nickel, your batter, and he check swing strikes on the first pitch. Pirates with a chance there, but mistake by some Prairie, followed up a mistake by the Pirates. 0-1 to Nickel. Nickel's going to foul that one off. Q stick it off there as Hundley now once again, Chris, like you said, pounding the strike zone. 0-2 to Nickel.
Chases a breaking pitch in the dirt. Chases one off the plate here and fouls it off. You go another breaking ball off the plate.
I think he's got command. He can pretty much go whatever he wants to do right now. Throwing well, but the Bayport had a chance here in this inning. Still do. Pitch to Nickel. That ball's way outside, and a great play by the catcher, Josh Karen. He's impressive. We watched him play last week in the quarterfinal game.
Also of note, courtesy runner at first base is Braden Sonnabend, courtesy for the pitcher, Roosh.
So Hundley to Nickel. Nickel's going to show right side. That's a hit through the right side. And the Pirates are going to hold their guy at third base. Now they got him in a rundown. Pirates are going to make another running error. And that's 2 huge running errors in that inning as the Pirates just ran themselves out of the top of the second inning. A lot of chances, Chris, in that inning, but the Pirates come up empty. And after 1 1/2 from Grand Chute, your score, Bayport 0, Sun Prairie 0. You're listening to Bayport Radio.
Hey, let's be honest. You know how it is. If you're a sports fan, there is no such thing as too much sports information. Well, that's just one of the reasons to follow Voice of BP on Twitter. We're talking live tweeting every Bayport broadcast. And don't stop there. Like us on Facebook, because when it comes to Pirate sports, the more ways to get it, the better.
So we're back at Grand Chute where the Pirates have a chance and a crazy top of the second inning. Runners at first and second with 1 out. Tapper to the shortstop. Can't make the play, but Bayport rounds the base at third and gets thrown out there for the second out. Then John Nickel comes up with a hit to right. Pirates are going to hold the runner at third, but gets ran up upon by a Bayport runner. So 2 base running errors in that inning, and we've talked about this, Chris. You got to play flawless baseball if you're going to be a state championship team. However, Bayport, obviously it's still a 0-0 game, but opportunities like crazy there in the top of that second inning.
First running error, courtesy runner. Second running error, courtesy runner.
Yeah, you got to be ready at all times, and made a base running error in our first game that really didn't cost us. And so we go to the bottom of the second. That's why it's called high school baseball. You see it at all levels. And Bayport, though, has to be happy. They're getting guys on base and making things happen. So Gavin Roosh will start his second inning. Gavin gave up a hit to the first runner of the game and then settled down to the rest of the inning. He faces Jackson Hundley, the sophomore, batting .343, the pitcher. Gavin with a curveball over for a strike. Great to see that early on in the game for Gavin. If he's got control of that, it's going to make things difficult on the Sun Prairie batters. Roosh out of the windup, winds and delivers to Hundley. That ball's outside, 1-1 your count.
Scott Kring just finished coaching Senior Legion Ball in West B and is tuning back in.
1-1 your count. Roosh to Hunley. Curveball as Hunley fouls that one off. So Gavin also pounding the zone right now. 1-2 the count. If you just joined us, we're in the bottom of the second inning, 0-0. Both teams with opportunities to score, but nothing in this game yet. The 1-2 pitch to Hunley. Just a bit outside as the Bronx cheer a little bit from the Bayport crowd. 2-2 your count. Jackson Hunley, the pitcher, batting .343, 16 runs, 15 RBIs. 2-2 from Roosh. Curveball, back up the middle. Carl Cano with a great play. Picks, flips, got him! Cano to Frank! We talked about it. When Carl gets it going, he can get it going not only with the bat, but with the glove. And a great play. Pirouettes on those skinny little spindly legs and throws them out at first. Kind of a joke that Carl and I have had the entire season. Carl also an excellent hockey player, just a great young man. So 1 out here, bottom of the second inning, and that brings up Derlin Radland. Roosh to Radland. Just a bit inside. Gavin gets the sign from Van Lannen and delivers. It's a curveball, chopped to Theo. Theo steps, picks, flips, got him as Eli takes that one out of the dirt. 2 outs. So Gavin throwing strikes and letting his defense do the work for him. In a game of 100 pitches, pitching to contact, not a bad idea.
Manud sending good luck vibes. Jason Totsky listening from Nikki Lee Court.
Yes, my neighbor.
Kathy Binnen with us. Debbie Meyer.
Jason, hopefully get everybody on Nikki Lee Court out there watching. I'll give you all a shout out. Jason's daughter, a sophomore to be. Grush with 1 strike. And foul back as Brady Stevens now down in the count 0-2. So Gavin, much like Hunley, throwing strikes. 0-2 count, the pitch to Stevens. That ball bounced to Perry. He picks, bobbles, flips, throws to Frank, and got him. Pirates set down some Prairie. 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second. After 2, your score in the WIAA State Championship Baseball game, Pirates 0, some Prairie 0. You're listening to Bayport Radio.
You're listening to Bayport Pirates Sports on NEW Sports Radio at newsportsradio.com.
Kennedy on her way to prom and prom pictures. The Knowles listening in. Great to have everybody with us on a Thursday evening. State Championship Baseball. This is what wraps up the entire school year, the last event, totally. As we start July, technically the new school year starts July 1st, which means congratulations, welcome in day number 1 for Steph Hauser.
Correct, we're back at it. Steph Hauser, the new director of the WIAA. I'm not sure if her first day officially is today.
It is, they tweeted it out.
Oh, they did?
Yep.
Steph takes over for Dave Anderson. Steph with some definite Bayport Pirate history. Taught chemistry at Bayport, coached volleyball at Bayport. Her family used to live in Howard Swamico. They have 3 kids. Husband Dave, so we wish her the best of luck. She was at state softball, which was held at Bayport High School on Monday. I get my days mixed up. And so we wish her the best of luck. Great person. Known her for a long time. She'll do a great job for the WIAA. Also, a special thank you to Wade Lebecki. Wade's retiring after this year. One of the assistant directors. He's wrapping it up here with this baseball game. This will be his final event of the year. Talked to him earlier. And so now up, it's Matt Perry. Hunley facing Perry. Hunley with the first pitch over for a strike. So both pitchers doing a nice job controlling the strike zone.
Melissa and Cora listening on the way to Legend Lake as Perry takes just off the plate.
Hi to Perry. This is your inning, isn't it, Chris?
I was trying to break in.
Okay, thanks. We got this down.
Jackson Hunley, the 1-1. Swung on, lifted right side. Perry sending the right fielder back. Sostrenga going still back, now towards the foul line. A banana loop to go get to the direction where the ball was headed, but the junior will make his way to the right field corner for an F9, and Perry is retired for the first time in, I believe, 3 games. Top of the order, Jacob Kleeman. Remember, Bayport last inning had 5 guys come to the plate. 4 of them reached base as Kleeman follows it up to the right side. 4 reached base, and there were no runs.
Yeah, that was hard to watch. You probably didn't
Just
want to
from
watch.
a baseball purist
Yes.
standpoint.
Correct. Both sides. Errors,
Yikes.
miscues, but
Kleeman, the 0-1, waiting, swinging a ground ball up the middle. Hamilton to field it there. He bobbles it, trying to go glove to hand, but able to recover and throw across the diamond. And there are 2 away here in the 3rd. The Kirstens listening from home. Dennis and Pat DeVush from Crivets. Kim Locke and all the Locke family wish the best. Robert Kennedy, Mike Nickerson, Lori Almquist. Send us a note. We'll get to it as we move along. Great to hear from everybody. As Kano sends the first pitch right center field gap. Ostrenga gets out there and just able to get to it. Thought off the bat that Kano had a sure double, but Ostrenga able to get over in the gap, and that sets down the Pirates 1, 2, 3. So a couple of flyouts surrounding a ground out. Bayport a 1, 2, 3, 3rd inning. Quick moving we are.
we are.
Here in the state title game.
A lot of people to shout out here. Kelly Miro's listening in with Lee. Still listening. Go Pirates. And Bart Milton listening out there. Bart's kids played for Notre Dame. His one son still plays for Notre Dame. So get a chance to play some golf with Bart. And we talk a lot of baseball. He knows a lot of these kids. Plays travel ball with his son plays with John Nickel. I know that for sure. And so shout out to Bart. I'm sure he's a Pirate fan today, at least, as the Pirates take on Sun Prairie in the state championship game.
Speaking of Notre Dame parents, Pirate fans, Brian Poshak. Good luck to Carl Kano. Of course, Poshak would be the player of the year. Brendan in hockey, and Carl, all-state hockey player. Stephen Eldry said bring home another championship.
They're coming back, aren't they? They want
are
a
in
tour.
August. They want a tour. I think August or September.
We'll do it. We'll give them a tour. Parade, probably. Not only a tour, but a lot of these kids know each other, with travel ball going on. Even these kids who play at, somewhere in Sun Prairie and here at that Bayport or all around the state, some of them play on the same team. And so the days of I play for my school and I play for my school all summer long are pretty much over in baseball, whether you like that or not. That's just kind of the way it is. And so we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and Chris on the call.
Carter Wambach, the DH, who hits 8th in the Cardinal lineup. From the left side, first offering, and he will take low, 1-0. Gavin Roosh, 3 fly ball outs in the first, 3 ground ball outs in the second. What does that mean here?
3 fly balls.
Or
in the
strikeouts, right? Swinging a ground ball, first base line, diving to his left, towards the line, Eli Frank. He'll take 6 steps towards the bag after getting to his feet, and he will have the 3 unassisted.
Nice play there by Eli Frank. As we talk about Eli, third baseman, pitcher, left fielder, first baseman. Eli can do it all. I made a nice play there going to his left. That gets past him. That's definitely a double. But no, denied by Frank.
First pitch misses to Addison Ostrenga.
First pitch was a strike, Chris. I know you're on your social
zone.
media, but
Ostrenga, very nice plays in right field that inning. He'll swing and send a high fly ball to center. Kleeman on his horse, moving back towards the track. It is 405 in right center. Not sure how far straightaway center is, but Kleeman will get under it just in front of the track. And there are 2 down.
Bob Bernston listening in, class of 1981. Glad Bob can listen. I know he's listened to a few games because he's texted me along the way. Glad he can tune in.
Roosh comes home with the leadoff hitter. Take a ball. Carson Shepard, he swung at the first pitch, singled up the middle.
Glad you can be listening. Great night here in Grand Chute, but if you can't be here with us, glad you're tuning in.
Shepard takes the strike on the outer edge, 1-1. Shepard moves around the middle infield. Starts at second base. He'll play some shortstop when Hamilton, who is the shortstop, will come into pitch. Be a middle infielder for the Bobcats. 1-1 offering, breaking pitch. That's in there for a strike. 1-2.
Gavin pulling the string and throwing strikes makes it difficult on any hitter. The crowd kind of oohing and on some of these yackers, as I'd call them.
507 Shepard hit on the season. 1-2 offering. Swinging a high chopper to Perry at short in the hole off his glove. That's going to be an E6. And that will allow Shepard to reach. And if you recall the first time on base, he swiped second. And I'd imagine, again, he's going to try to put more pressure on the Bayport defense.
Well, Chris, like you'd say, that ball kind of hit in the 5 3/4 hole over there. And Matt knew he needed to get a glove on that in a hurry because Shepard is fast going down the first baseline. And like you said, expect him to take off here early as Hamilton now comes to the plate.
Now if you are Bayport, do you think pitch out, first pitch, right? I mean,
you practice a pitch out a lot, though, Chris, in high school.
Well, yeah, that's another thing. But, like, you don't want to waste a ball on the first pitch. And then number 2 spot in the order, Davis Hamilton. He flew out his first time as Roosh. A nice, slow, methodical toss over to first.
Might be easier for a high school pitcher through a high strike or a high ball just than a pitch out. I don't think I've ever seen it practiced.
Shepard doesn't even get a large lead. He's just extremely quick. And he is off in the first offering. That's going to be low. Pitch to the tag out at second base, and Shepard will just hug the bag with his cleat as he slides by. And on the first offering, he is able to swipe again. He's been on twice. He's stolen a base twice. And it's a 1-0 count on Davis Hamilton.
Can't replace speed, Chris, and he's got it. Great play by Logan Van Lannen, and Shepard almost slid that base, but didn't.
Hamilton ready, Roosh from the stretch, breaking pitch just off the outer edge of the zone.
Logan kind of looked at the ump like,
yeah, he just did turn around and asked.
Where was that?
2-0.
Probably doesn't matter where that was at.
Hamilton's driven in 36, trying to get Prairie on the board first. A 0-0 game here in the bottom 3. Pitch, Van Lannen backhand behind the plate. 3-0, and now Prairie is at the 2 spot in the order, up 3 balls, no strikes. Then obviously you have Karen and Moreno, who both hit deep fly balls. 3-0 offering, and Hamilton will take the entire way, strike 1.
If you're just joining us, 0-0. Bottom of the third. 2 outs, Prairie with a man on second base.
Jim Hunish, an 83 Sun Prairie grad, listening in from Portland, Oregon. Breaking pitch, misses. Van Lannen can't handle it. It's going to be a wild pitch and a ball 4. Hamilton will reach on the base on balls, and Shepard will move over to third on the WP. So, Jim, great to have you along. Sun Prairie.
Awesome.
Saying go Cardinals. Awesome, 83 grad. I love it.
Glad you could tune in. That's why we're doing it, Chris, right?
Absolutely.
International broadcast, people from all over the world. Now Carl Cano wants the call here.
So it's first and third.
You got to think Pirates will probably give him second base.
Josh Caron, C-A-R-O-N. Catcher for Sun Prairie is hitting .408. He has 7 home runs this year, which is second in the state. And he is going to line a shot.
Oh,
Seidler, a leaping grab at third base to save a run, maybe 2 down the line. Boy, Caron
snow-coned it.
Rips a ball for
now that ball
L5.
Is hooking. Bart Milton's listening. Bart hits a big hook. So right-hander hooking it down the third baseline. Theo lunges out to get it. And when he caught it, you could see the baseball snow-coned it like they're selling ice cream here in the concession stand.
My goodness, that was a rip by Karen, and we remain scoreless after 3. 0-0 from Fox City Stadium, Neuroscience Group Field. You listen to Bayport Pirate Baseball.
At North Shore Bank, we know you need access to your money wherever you go. So whether you're getting cash at one of our 33,000 free ATMs, paying the dogs that are with Pop Money, depositing a check with mobile banking, or cashing in your vacation fund at a free coin counter, North Shore Bank is in your wallet, on your phone, and at a local branch. North Shore Bank, the bank of you. Get My Cashback rewards with use of your free MasterCard debit card and up to $300 when you open a checking account. Open by September 30th at northshorebank.com or an office near you. Member FDIC.
Top of inning number 4 as we have Bayport, no runs on 3 hits, 1 error and 2 left. Sun Prairie, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error and 3 left as they get 2 runners that inning off the E6 and the free pass, but Zeidler with a stab at third, moving towards the line. Will keep it at a scoreless ball game. Rod Wilchis is always listening in. See if we can get to everybody on the Facebook feed.
Rod, I talked to your son, Jess, between games and did comment that he was up for player of the game. I told him Dad was listening with those 2 beautiful plays over at the first base box that he was considered for a very short period of time. Carl Cano down warming up pitching right now, Chris, as the whole Bayport flock of young people's down there by him. So we go to the top of the 4th.
Bottom 4. Yeah,
I'm sorry, top of 4.
That's right.
I'll help you out here, Chris.
I'm not
it's been
used
a long
to Bayport
day.
being
As
the
Theo
road
takes
team.
strike 1. Hunley to Zeidler. Zeidler hits a foul ball down the right side for strike 2. It's been a long day, Chris.
When's the last time Bayport's been a road team, right? They were obviously the regional final, their home team, both games in sectionals, both games at state before this.
So Hunley up on Zeidler 0-2. Hunley winds, delivers. High and outside, 1-2 the count. Theo just made a great play over at third base. Kid can pitch, kid can hit, and kid can field. 1-2 pitch to Zeidler. Curveball, and Theo swings through that one for the first out of the inning. That brings up the catcher, Logan Van Lannen, who had a single his last time up.
Andy tweeting in, Iowa Grant School District is cheering on beloved alum Harvey Knudsen.
Gotta love it. Harvey talks about that a lot. Southern part of the state.
Southwest corner, yeah. Stacy Baines listening in.
Psychology teacher at Bayport. Her daughter just graduated this year. Logan takes a strike. And the next pitch, Logan taps it down the left third base line, and it's going to be foul. So Van Lannen, 1-1 the count. First one was a ball. Logan, a senior, like I said before, singled first time up. That one a little high, 2-1 to Van Lannen.
Miss Provost, chem teacher at De Pere, but she's got future Pirates, Brooklyn, and David cheering the boys on loudly.
2-1 to Logan, and Logan swings through that one. So 2-2 your count, 1 out here, top of 4. Still remains scoreless. Logan bounces that one to short. High hopper, picks, flips, and Logan is retired.
He's tired again?
He's tired after running that far.
Yeah. Retired.
I'd be too. Craig Bookinger listening again. Everyone listening out there in the water on the Townsend flowage. We'll sit back, enjoy the beautiful night, and cheer for a Pirate victory tonight as Eli Frank is your batter. Give you a recap. It's a top of 4th, 2 outs. Still no score in this game. Bayport with 3 hits. Sun Prairie with 1. Both teams with an error. As Hunley continues to throw strikes and throws a breaking ball, first pitch strike to Eli Frank. Hunley working quickly, winds, delivers, and that one's outside. 1-1 your count. Hunley again winds, delivers to Frank. Frank's going to check his swing. No swing. 2-1 your count. James Radish listening in with Gavin and Logan. And Owen listening in also. They were at game 1, but James got a little tired and had to go home. So 2-1 the count to Frank, and Frank fouls that one away right at the feet of the umpire. So this game moving along quite quickly, Chris, compared to the one earlier today that went about 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Look at this. Oh, that's awesome. Kinsley, every time Mr. Frieder's voice gets high, that's Amber Franker.
Well, maybe I should babysit over there a little bit.
She loves snuggles.
Kinsley does. Well, maybe they could just play my play-by-play over and over and over during the course of a day. Nobody should have to put up with that.
Nope.
So 2-2. Thanks, Chris. 2-2 your
Sheila.
count. That's right. Wines delivers to Frank, and that one's up high and tight. And Eli has run it full.
High and tight. I just hear Myers and Turnquist yell on that.
Right.
To the quarterback.
Carry the ball. Hunley Wines delivers to Frank. Curveball, strike 3 called. Eli doesn't even question it. And the Pirates go down. So after 3.5, your score remains scoreless from Grand Chute. Bayport 0, Sun Prairie 0. You listen to Bayport Radio.
Zesty's Frozen Custard and Grill. Zesty's, serving up a full food and frozen custard menu. Now open right across from Bayport High School at 2639 Lineville Road. Offering a different flavor of the day, each day 11 until 9. Try their weekly special baskets or enjoy some of Zesty's awesome, fresh, frozen custard. Zesty's Frozen Custard and Grill, the finest frozen custard in town.
Mark Vergoot at the game. Amber is listening from home as Bayport has gone 1-2-3 on offense through the first 3 or 4 innings. 3 times they would go 1-2-3, which I would struggle to find when they've gone in a game 3 times.
Got a chance in that one inning, but a couple strange plays, I would call them in that inning. Running errors along with the error by Sun Prairie, and so kind of balanced itself out to no runs. And we go to the bottom of the 4th inning as Gavin Roosh and Jackson Hunley continue to control the strike zone in a very well-pitched, quick first 3.5 innings compared to earlier today, Chris, when we seemed like at times we were here forever.
Oh, I know. The Brassbeniks listening again. Brandon Danler.
It's always great to have those, like I said before, those former parents of players and current players or former players.
Baby Jack wakes up when you get excited, I'm told.
Wow.
Yep, that's in from the Schluters.
I feel bad for the Schluters then. I'll try to calm it down.
Why?
Well,
Joe said he needed to eat anyways, I'm sure.
All right.
He didn't say that. I'm just
so here
jumping.
comes Gavin Roosh in the bottom of the 4th. Gavin delivers. That's a little outside. Liam Marino, your batter. It'll be Marino, Hunley, and Radland. 1-0 pitch to Marino. Gavin winds and delivers. That's a curveball. Hit to Perry. Perry picks, throws to Frank. 1 out. And a quick 2-pitch batter as Matt Perry makes a nice play on a little Sunday hop. Ball hits strong, but Perry made that look easy. That brings up the pitcher, Jackson Hunley. So Gavin and Hunley just kind of matching each other out there, pitch for pitch, very similar. Fastball, curveball, mixing it up and hitting the strike zone. Gavin winds and delivers to Hunley. That ball looked like a strike, but you know why it wasn't a strike, Chris?
The umpire's closer to the field than we are.
And they did not call it a strike. So 1-0 the count. Roosh delivers. Chris, you know why they don't call that one a strike? And it's supposed to be a bad angle because those look like 2 pretty good pitches there for Gavin. But we've never questioned an umpire or a referee in our entire time doing this, have we?
Well, combined, we have, 40-some years of it?
Okay. That ball's fouled back, so Gavin comes back.
Now, how long did you do basketball?
I ref basketball for about 15 years.
Okay.
I mean, varsity basketball for me, 10.
I just finished my 15th year.
Okay. A chance to do 1 state tournament basketball game, which was a pleasure. Gavin Roosh delivers. Curveball outside. Now the count's 3-1.
You ever do baseball?
Did not. I did baseball a couple times, but found it to be, if I wasn't behind the plate, I almost fell asleep at times. Like, I get caught up in plays where I'd be like, what just happened? So I don't question baseball umps because you got to be ready all the time. 3-1 pitch. Strike 2 call. Actually, ref the WIAA State basketball tournament where the private schools had their own league. That's how old I am. So 3-2 the count. Pitcher to pitcher here. Roosh to Hunley. Wines delivers. That ball's hit to right field. John Nickel, the right fielder, under it. And he makes the one-handed grab and 2 outs in the inning.
Smooth and easy through this so far.
So Roosh dealing. Hunley dealing. And that brings up Derlin Radland for Sun Prairie. Gavin comes in a little high. Radland batting .364, the senior. He scored 27 runs with 14 RBIs. Gavin Roosh winds and delivers the 1-0 count. That ball's flown to right field. It's going to get out of play by the Little Munchkins. Watch them all run for it, folks.
They don't
there they all go.
Until it lands. They don't.
This is the weirdest thing. None of these kids are watching the game at all.
Whatsoever.
And they're all running around like crazy. But when the ball gets hit, someone must yell like, look out! And then they all run after it. It's awesome. It's fantastic.
Ants just carrying on their day, and the second it lands off the wagon.
They hear it.
Yep.
Say that they can sense it. 1-1. Roosh to Radland. Gavin with a curveball, strike 2. So now it's 1-2, bottom of the 4th. It's 0-0 here in the state championship game. Roosh the 1-2 pitch to Radland. Wines delivers. Strike 3 as Van Laden holds on. And the fans come to their feet. After 4, your score remains Bayport 0, Sun Prairie 0. You're listening to Bayport Radio.
Do you have any questions or comments? Get involved with the game. Tweet your questions and send your comments to Bayport Radio on Twitter at Voice of BP.
Through 4 innings, we have just 4 hits here in the state title game. I do thoroughly appreciate the fact that we are able to get the 1s and 2 pitchers here in the state title game. And we have a pitching change for Sun Prairie here in the 5th. And they're going to bring in their closer.
Catcher.
And he's typically their closer on the season.
Yeah, he's like 11 innings, I think, only.
And Josh Kieran, 11 2/3, no earned. He came in through 17 pitches in the state semifinal, and he is coming on here in the 5th.
Interesting now for the Pirates. I mean, you could see when Karen was behind the plate. He's a big man, and he's a cannon. I don't think Bayport even think about running on him. Now the Pirates get some runners on base, and you'd have to think that they got to be thinking we could take some bases here on the backup catcher. But I'm assuming the backup kid's pretty good, too, as Bayport High School has an excellent backup catcher in Bryce Gorzlonchek as well.
Jason Starr, senior backup catcher.
So Karen will be your pitcher. He pitched in the first game, Chris. I don't know how many pitches he had.
17.
Well, there you go. He had 17. You're like a walking statistician.
So Stevens at first, Shepard stays at second, Hamilton still at third, and Moreno still at short. Or rather, Moreno at third, Hamilton's at short. I have to check the outfield if the pitcher, in fact, did go out there. It is the 5th, and it's James Bornick takes a breaking pitch on the outer edge, and then James steps out of the batter's box. Let's go. So he didn't like the strike call.
Not much you can do about it, James.
Nope. I don't think the umpire's changing his mind. Pitch up and tight.
It would be interesting, though. You know, the batter looks and the umpire goes, yeah, you know what? I think you're right.
I mean,
now that I thought about it. a little longer.
I've had instances where the catcher would be like, "Where'd that miss? Sorry, I missed it." Okay. Bornick lifts the 1-1 pitch left side, and it is slicing, and Sun Prairie's got a good arsenal of youngsters over there.
Ooh, yeah,
Oh, wow.
wow, they could have an ant-off here between these two teams.
Bayport's got him probably 2-1.
I see you throw them out there between innings under the middle of the field and just let them go at it. Awesome. There's a reason why these two teams are good, and you're seeing it right now with all the little kids at these games, right? All these kids want to be one of these players.
Top 5, we have no score in the state championship game, and Bornick wants to call time. As Josh Karen, who works strictly out of the stretch.
Kind of like a true reliever.
Yep. Corbin Burns still work out of the stretch only?
I don't know. I haven't
he's
watched
pitching
much
to-
Brewers. I told you that with the streaming issue.
Yep, that's their fault. 2-2 as Karen misses up and out to Bornick. Yeah, if this is their third year of issues where, yeah, that's a joke in itself.
Could do a whole show on that.
Probably. 2-2 to Bornick. Pitch home. And a breaking pitch in the dirt. And Bornick comes up empty. Strike 3.
This game flying by right now.
Gavin Roosh. He got on when Bayport had a base running blunder. Swinging a high chopper in the hole. It's short. Hamilton's going to go make the grab, and it's going to be an infield single for Gavin Roosh. As a whale of a play in the hole by Hamilton, but he can't get enough on the throw. And Bayport has their 4th base hit. It's an infield single.
Pirates will use a courtesy runner, Brandon Sonnabend. Now, we talked about it, new catcher.
Yeah.
With Karen going to pitcher. So, does Coach Knutson say, hey, let's give this a shot? Obviously, they just pitch run or courtesy ran, so you're bringing in a kid with some good wheels in Sonnabend, and we'll see what the Pirates do here.
Yeah, Jason Starr is the backstop now. Kicking the pitch from Karen. Misses in the dirt, ball 1.
Karen looking kind of like a true reliever. Like when he misses
Yes,
it, just
correct.
kind of grumpy.
I'd say his build is a lot like Max Wagner.
Agreed. Max, a great player for Preble, and now playing at Clemson, and also one of the Booyah players.
Kicking the pitch home. Nickel takes down in the dirt for the second time, 2-0. If there's one thing with Karen pitching, in 11 2/3, he did walk 8. Almost a walk in an inning. Strikeout 16, so better than a strikeout in an inning. Did that math in my head, Mike.
Very good. Keel math.
Pitch home. In
the
the dirt.
it's
That's
past
going
him.
to get back to the on-deck circle.
You got a chance here.
Sonnabend's got to turn and look harder than that. He gets to second and then starts not running hard, we're going to say. He had a chance to go 3.
But you don't make that out at third base, obviously.
Well, they made 2 of them that way.
Good point. Didn't want to bring that up. Third time's a charm, Chris. I was trying to dispel that from my memory.
And now we're going to have a conference on the mound. It's 3-0 on John Nickel. Bayport's got a runner at second. All right, so I'm trying to – I think they did move the pitcher Hunley out to left. I need to confirm that.
Well, if we had a video screen like Scott Vinci has over here, our video screen doesn't work, even though I'm not complaining about the arrangements here today. Very good.
We are in the home radio press box of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers.
We're actually going to sleep here tonight. That's the part they didn't know yet. Thought we'd spend the night and watch the Bucks game on the big screen.
As if we aren't spoiled that this is in a beautiful facility right down the road from us, right?
Right.
So I mean, Sun Prairie's not a long ride from here.
You know, the first game in the series we did at Bayport. Then we went to the sectionals, did it out of a closet, a garage at Apple East. Can only see half the game, but we just keep working our way up.
Mm-hmm.
Great accommodations at Marion, and outstanding job here by the Timber Rattlers.
3-0 to Nickel after the conference on the mound, and he'll take a strike, 3-1.
I think if you're John, you're taking again.
Perry's on deck. There's only one away. It's a 3-1 count. Josh Karen. You can see why he's going to Nebraska to be a catcher. But the backstop is turned pitcher right now. And Nickel's going to pop one up to the right side. Going out is Shepard, and he's going to give way to Ostrenga, the right fielder. And he will throw one in after making the grab. And there is the second out. It's Matt Perry now with 2 down.
So John went after that 3-1 pitch. Didn't think that was going to happen. Is the catcher Isaac Wendler for Sun Prairie?
I have Jason Starr.
20?
Yes.
Okay. Looks like 20 or 24. Hard to read that.
Well, I'm just looking on the roster. 24 is a catcher on the roster.
I would believe that. I don't have the roster in front of me, just the starting lineups and reserves.
And freshman. Matt Perry takes high, ball 1.
Matt, a really good fastball hitter, and has been on a tear in the 9-hole.
He got out last at bat on an F9. That was the first time he's been retired in 3 games. He reached on a couple errors in there, but still reached base those times. Top 5, we have no score. Bayport leads the hit category 4-1. Be nice to see if Matt keeps swinging it here. Karen comes set at the belt, kicking the pitch, and a breaking pitch misses out of the zone. 2-0. Kleeman, the top of the order, on deck.
Karen showing his frustration out there.
Peering in for a long time. Gets the sign from Starr. Pitch home. Perry lifts one to the right side and foul.
Matt with a good swing on that ball. Fouled it straight back. Did talk to Jerry Montgomery. Told him we charged him with an error last game.
Did you tell him that? Because I did too.
Yeah, I told him. You should have made that play.
He laughed at me. He said, I know.
Upstairs, but you don't want to lean over, he said. I said, sometimes you just got to take one for the team, Jerry.
2-1 and a breaking pitch, and Perry sees one go through the zone. 2-2 now.
One thing about Karen, kind of falls off to that his left side of the
first base side.
Base side, and if defensively could cause him a problem at some point if you wanted a bunt on him. Because I don't think he can make the play and get it back to the first baseman.
Not
bunting here, obviously.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Karen, the pitch home. Pitch misses up. 3-2. Again, Clayman, leadoff hitter on deck, trying to turn over the lineup. Runner out at second. That's the courtesy runner after Roosh had an infield single.
Wind blowing straight in. Not hard right now, but straight into the batter.
8 miles an hour. 3-2 off rain. Misses high. Perry's aboard of the walk. 2 runners on.
So now Jacob Clayman with a chance, the leadoff hitter, to get the Pirates on the board.
Now I'd imagine you have to rethink holding runners, right? There's no runs on the board. It's the 5th inning.
I don't think they're going to hold either runner, especially with Clayman with being a left-handed batter. First baseman's going to play deep.
I'm talking third base coach. First offering to Kleeman, and he will take one down the heart of the plate. 0-1. Jacob 0 for 2 so far. Bayport's best. On base percentage, 546. Kicking the pitch, swing and a pop up that's right over our heads over the press box. That might hit a car windshield. Oh no, it came back.
Ball came back. I could have caught that if I would have maybe put my hands out of the window.
There are instances where the balls go to the parking lot above us, over behind us.
Come on, Jacob.
0-2. Karen way ahead. Kleeman wants time, and he's going to get a late time call.
Karen takes his time working, even though he's out of the stretch. He's holding runners and doing what he's supposed to do out there.
I think part of that is with the catcher, Jason Starr, is not your starting catcher, right? He's got to get the signs from the dugout and then relay them in. And then possibly, because there's a runner at second right now, even more signs. Breaking pitch, and Clayman just gets a piece of it.
Held back on it a little bit just to stay alive. Battling every pitch important now.
Bayport center fielder holding on. 0-2 count in a scoreless game from Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium. 0-2 again. The pitch. Up and in. Karen walked off the mound as it was out of the zone.
You don't do that, Chris. Walks off the mound and pretty much
straight towards the dugout.
Stares down and says something. I'm guessing it was very nice. Like,
he did not appreciate that.
Sorry, sir, but
what he thought was a missed strike call. The catcher actually framed it well. I thought it was up and in, as the umpire called it. 1-2. This is way up and out. 2-2.
So Jacob Clayman battling here. Top of 5, 2 outs, first and second.
Got 11 ribbies on the year. Number 12 would be Sweet. Well, he had number 12 earlier today. This would be 13. Kick in the pitch. Missed high, 3-2.
Ooh.
Oh. Now, oh boy, he walked off the mound again and then asked the umpire, is it up or is it out? Boy, he is.
Umpire just probably said, it's a ball.
Pretty soon your strike zone's going to be a tin
really
can.
Little. Tic-tac, yes, I like that.
Runners are going to be off. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Josh Karen comes set at the belt, kick in the pitch, and Kleeman can't catch the heater. And he will strike out to end the Bayport 5th. So Bayport puts a couple on, but they end up with no runs. 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. They have now stranded 4. Sun Prairie's coming up. It's a 0-0 ball game. You're listening to Bayport Pirate Baseball.
Welcome to Bell & Health Titletown Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, where we've taken the best of sports medicine and orthopedic care and placed it where the world can find it, in the Titletown district next to Lambeau and in a league of its own. At Titletown Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, we've made sure every aspect of your experience feels like a home field advantage, with elite care from the same sports medicine's fellowship physicians who treat the world's best athletes. So whether you're an athlete who wants to get back in the game or someone who just wants to get back to life with less pain, Titletown is where your comeback begins. Titletown Sports Medicine and Orthopedics from Bell & Health. We write comeback stories. Learn more at bellin.org/Titletown.
Bottom 5, 0-0.
You can sense the energy in the place heightening here every inning.
We're changing cabinet hinges in the Weber household, John and Colleen.
John's doing work at home? Colleen's doing it,
Well,
probably.
John's probably doing 16-ounce curls while Colleen.
I mean, Colleen must be doing the work, obviously.
Great to have everybody along with us. Allison Barron, an 04 Bayport grad. Jacob again, listening from Plano, Texas. As we have Van Lannen, the backstop again.
Great baseball game here. Both teams with chances, but neither team has had a run across the plate.
For Sun Prairie, 7, 8, 9 of the order. Brady Stevens against Gavin Roosh. No runs, 1 hit. Bayport has had 1 error, and a line shot center field. Kleeman coming on. He's going to make a diving grab.
Jacob makes a nice play on a ball. Probably the toughest ball if you're a center fielder. Hit right at you, kind of. Jacob, hard time judging that knuckleball. And 1 pitch, 1 out. And Gavin Rooch continues just to throw strikes. Seems simple, doesn't it, Chris?
Yep.
I love that. Throw strikes. Like I'm not trying, Coach.
T-Bex listening in with us.
He just gave me a call, T did. T just gave me the call on the phone. You know, when I say, text me, call me, of course, T gave me a call. T, alumni of Bayport High School back in 2017. Tyler Bix.
Foul ball on the first pitch from Carter Wambach. Gavin Roosh, all 6'3". You think he's taller than 6'3"?
I don't know.
He's a tall kid. Swinging a line shot right side. That's going to get over the head of Carl Cano and fall into right field. 1 out single for the Cardinals. Their second knock today. There is one aboard. And we are going to have a pinch runner. 13 will come in. That is Connor Stauff, a freshman catcher. And it's Addison Estrenga. Ninth spot in the order. Roosh is going to work from the stretch. And first pitch, hit and run. Ground ball right side, that's going to get through. The runner hesitates, it actually looks back. Throw's going to come into third, and it will be a perfectly executed hit and run. And it is runners at the corners with one away.
Great piece of hitting there by Sun Prairie as Carl's going to go cover second base, and he hits it right where Carl would have been. So you can't argue with that type of play. And John Nickel with a really strong throw to third base.
Sun Prairie is lucky that the runner Stauff looked back. He had to look back to see if it was caught because it was hit behind him. But he's going to end up getting to third base anyways. And now Bayport's going to have Harvey Knutson, the head coach, come to the mound and talk things over in the infield. Runners at the corner, one out, and it's the top of the order here in Carson Shepherd after the conference. What's Bayport thinking here? 0-0 game, bottom 5. For the Cardinals, that is their back-to-back hits, their second and their third today. As the home plate umpire, Mr. Toby Formler, is going to break things up. Roosh has been pitching fantastic.
Gaps did a great job, and even in this inning. Can't complain with how he's throwing the baseball right now. He's done everything Bayport has asked for him. Now Bayport trying to get out of the jam here in the bottom of the 5th. And obviously when you have the leadoff hitter Carson Shepherd, anything goes here. Squeeze, bunt, safety squeeze. A lot of different ways. This kid ain't going to strike out, I don't think, Chris. 507 on the year.
Strikeout 3 times this year. And he's going to swing at the first pitch, pops it up. Oh, it's going to get out of play. Now, Sun Prairie had a hit and run 3 times in the first game today, and they executed all 3. I'd imagine that they use that more than most teams in the entire state of Wisconsin.
I don't think they steal this kid because you don't want to take the bat out of Shepherd's hands yet, too. But
to walk him. Third base is in for Bayport. Roosh, 1 runner is off of first, swinging a foul back.
So
0-2.
Hit and run there. Shepherd trying to go behind him, but if you see Carl, they didn't even cover second. See that? They're giving him second base right now, not wanting to get put in that situation where hit and run's going to hurt him. So Harvey comes out there and says, give him second base, and I'm sure Sun Prairie has seen that.
Bottom 5, we have no score. Roosh in a jam, runners at the corners. The kick, pitch home. And a backhand behind the plate by Logan Van Lannen.
Nice play by Logan there.
Shepherd ready. Roosh. Kick, runner is off. Breaking pitch, he popped him up! And it's in foul territory. Can Van Lannen get over? And he will, just
Logan
in front
Van
of the
Lannen with a
circle.
play!
Just in front of the on-deck batter.
And the coach from Sun Prairie upset about something.
I don't know what he's screaming about.
I think, I don't have any idea. He said he balked.
Oh.
He said Gavin Roosh balked. Now, this is kind of typical. I mean, we've seen this type of stuff between Bayport and Sun Prairie before, but a la Mike Simon's times when these two guys, honestly, just didn't get along. So now Gavin with a chance, and now for sure they're not throwing down the second.
Hamilton, the hitter. Pitch just off the plate.
Gavin says, give me the ball back, I'll just throw it. So Bayport trying to get out of a big jam here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Great baseball game.
Davis Hamilton. Kick in the pitch. Swinging a line shot right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Cut off by Nickel. As first to third goes Sun Prairie. It's an RBI knock for Hamilton. Sun Prairie scores. They have the lead.
Gavin with a good pitch there. Hamilton just with a better at bat. Gavin doing a great job out there. Pirates just need to get out of this one by only giving up a run.
So Roos trying to work out of trouble. Third time he's going to see Josh Karen. Josh Karen has hit 2 balls. One that he just missed a home run, and one that he hit a rocket that actually caught Theo Zeidler.
Correct. Theo got caught by that one. I don't think they steal second here again because he'd just be putting him on base, I think.
Karen from the right side waiting. Roosh with 2 outs. Breaking pitch, line to deep center field. Kleeman going back, all the way back, over his head, it's off the wall. 1 run is going to score. Touching third and coming in will be Hamilton. And it'll be a 2-run triple for Josh Karen. And Sun Prairie has a 3 spot in the 5th.
That ball was hit a long way, Chris. About 390, I estimate. And Sun Prairie's up 3-0. So Bayport a chance to get out of it as Shepard pops up, and then back-to-back hits by Hamilton and Karen, and the Pirates now down 3-0. Some Prairie fans getting loud and proud to our left.
Conference with coach and his batter, Liam Marino. Runner at third now. Sun Prairie has 3 runs and 4 hits this inning. They only had 1 hit coming into the frame. And Harvey Knutson now, the coach. He's going to come out. Is this it for Gavin Roosh?
This is going to be it for Gavin Roosh. Gavin, an outstanding job in the state final. Giving up 5 hits in 4 2/3. 1 pitch out of getting out of the inning. And like a good team, Sun Prairie goes back-to-back hits. But Gavin got everything to be proud of. A big round of applause for Gavin Roosh as he ends his pitching career for Bayport High School.
So Roosh, I believe, is going to head to first. Eli Frank is heading to the dugout as well because he has to turn in his first base mitt. He's going to go get a regular mitt and now head out to the mound. I think he forgot to take his sunglasses off, so he'll have to hand those off to coach.
So Bayport down 3-0. They got 2 innings left.
Oh, no, it's going to be Cano to pitch.
Carl Cano will pitch. I'm guessing.
Wow.
Eli will go to third and Thea will go to first.
Brandon Black is going to come into first.
Oh, actually.
Or is Roosh going to go to first?
I think
Roosh is going to first.
One of them is going to play second base.
And they're going to move Theo. Boy, this is going to be a shakeup.
Yeah, it is.
Carl's the second baseman. He's coming in to pitch. He throws really hard. I've also been told he's really wild. I've only seen him throw, I think, 1 time.
Saw him throw once at Bayport High School during the year, and Carl's a gamer. That's how I would describe Carl. I'd put him on my team any day of the week.
So Gavin Roosh goes 4 2/3. He pitched great. Again, he gave up 1 hit through the first 4. He has given up 3 runs and 4 hits here in this frame. So are they moving Zeidler? So Frank is going to go to third.
Zeidler to second.
Roosh is at first.
Roosh at first.
Is it going to be?
Zeidler to second.
Are you sure not Perry?
Perry to
short still?
short, and Eli to third base would be my guess.
Yes, that is what they're doing.
That's a pretty good guess.
So Carl Cano to pitch. 3-0, bottom 5 yet, and it is Liam Moreno who has hit a towering fly ball earlier, or takes one for a strike, 0-1. You can go back. Bayport ran themselves out of an inning earlier. Other than that, Bayport has not done a thing offensively.
Had a big chance there in the second inning.
Breaking pitch, and Moreno tardy on Cano.
Carl bringing it.
Carl has been clocked at 88 from the mound. Going to University of St. Thomas next year. First recruiting class for a school that's turning Division I, right out of the Twin Cities. From the windup, pitch home off the plate, 1-2.
A lot of great personalities on this team. Carl being one of them. Energetic kid. Like I said, had a chance to be in the dugout for a few games. This is a great group of young men. Easy to cheer for, as I say.
Pitch in the dirt. Van Leinen's going to block it. It's going to get away to his right, but not far enough away for Karen to come home. And it is 2-2 on Moreno. Moreno's going to be playing baseball next year at Missouri State. Third baseman. He looks the part. And he'll take one outside. 3-2.
Carl's kind of got the right-hand Josh Hader look going.
He's got the glasses, goggle type things.
Yeah.
Rec specs almost.
He's got a Hader look going.
Longer hair out of the backside. Good hockey flow. His time's called by Moreno. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 away, bottom 5. Sun Prairie, 3 runs this inning. They lead at 3-0.
I've watched a lot of baseball, but not this many college baseball players ever in a high school baseball game.
From the windup with the runner at third. The pitch home, off the outer edge, ball 4.
Bayport trying to get out of it here and get up to bat in the top of the 6th.
First pitch strike in on Jackson Hunley. Runners at the corners. Hunley's now in left field. Starting pitcher, runner is off, and Hunley just got hit on the elbow.
Now, if you're Carl, just need to settle down and get back to your basics.
Darlin Radland. He's the 9th batter to the plate this inning.
I was going to say, he's...
First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Started off with a flyout, or the Jacob Kleeman diving grab in center. Squaring a bunt and taking 2-0.
Never going to bunt that ball, but just simply wants to throw Carl off. So Carl now needs to battle back.
He's gone to walk, hit by pitch. Now behind 2-0. Down behind 3-0. Huge Sun Prairie inning looming if they can get a base hit. Cano's going to wind with the bags full. Pitch, ball 4. And that walks in a run. In to scores Josh Karen. That will officially close the book on Gavin Roosh, who goes 4 2/3, 5 hits, 4 runs. All 4 were earned. 1 walk, 1 strikeout. And now Kano with another ball. Boy, Carl just can't find the zone right now. Nope, this one's way out. This might be his last batter.
Yeah, he's pretty quick in regards to his windup and his delivery. And right now they just keep squaring the bunt every time, Chris. And not a bad strategy if you're Sun Prairie.
There's a strike. Brady Stevens led off the inning.
We'd like to see Brady make the second out. First 2 outs in this inning for Brady.
3-1 as Kano misses low. It's a 4-run frame. Kano misses wide. He's walked in 1 more.
And I think that's going to be the end of Carl, as Jacob Anderson goes down to the dugout or the bullpen, as all the little Pirates run down to give him 5 as the ball rolls down into the Bayport dugout area.
So out comes Coach Knutson. Carl, walk, hit by pitch, walk, walk.
Now Carl, if Jacob comes in to pitch, Carl goes to, they bring Gavin out. They bring Gavin out, Eli over to first.
Well, they're not going to bring out any of those guys, I don't think, at all.
I think that Jacob Anderson's going to pitch this inning.
I think Eli Frank's going to pitch the rest of the way.
I think Eli Frank's going to pitch right now.
I think he's going to pitch the rest of the way.
Yeah.
So Eli Frank, who I anticipated would be first out of the quote-unquote bullpen, or first in relief, he's going to come now from third. So now we're going to be moving back to a more traditional. Zeidler to third, Kano to second. It is a 5-run fifth for Sun Prairie, where the last 4 batters have gone walk, hit by pitch, walk, walk.
Anderson and Klein in the bullpen warming up.
The first batter, Liam Moreno, was down 0-2 to Kano.
We've talked about that a lot during our broadcasts, that just go get him. So umpire now telling Eli Frank he can't wear some of his clothing.
And now he's saying, I've worn this every game this year, and I wore it the last game. It's black in color.
So they're not checking for sticky stuff.
It's black in color. That shouldn't be an issue, but they're going to take off the wrist tape anyways. Sunglasses are gone.
So we got to get out of this and get some runs.
Boy, oh boy. This will be the 11th batter in the inning, Carter Wambach. He started it, a 1-out single. Yeah, Carl just didn't have it.
He did not. It happens sometimes, Chris.
I think, obviously, you second-guess yourself on everything. Bayport doesn't have 2 base-running blunders. It's a different ball game. If you go to Frank, is it still 3-0 ball game? We'll never know.
Never know.
It's 5-0 here in the bottom of the 5th.
So Eli Frank. Eli with a 0 ERA on the year.
Is that good?
That's pretty good. Yeah, well, you won't lower it today. Pirates just need to get out of here and get the bats going.
Cindy Hines listening in. Mom with the 09 state team.
I was going to say, all these parents listening in, a former player, it's awesome.
Eli Frank. He's going to work home. Comes in, bases loaded, 2 outs. Carter Wambach, and first pitch from Eli Frank is his 40th pitch of the day, and it's outside for a ball. Laurie Hampton out there. 5-run inning, it's 5-0. Nick Byam.
Nick's listening in.
Yep. Up and out, 2-0. Chuck Bertrand and Peshtigo listening in. Gary Nyes. Jake Hirsch.
Jake Hirsch, my neighbor, former Bayport manager during those years. Important role he played, and Pirates winning that state championship.
Well, Eli Frank misses 3 straight, and it's 3-0. Gavin Roosh was pitching really, really well.
Gavin pitched a great baseball game.
He got hit 4 times this inning. Bayport's relievers in this inning are struggling to find the strike zone as Frank just gets one over. 3-1. I think you're taking again if you're Wambach.
Well, they've been taking a lot, and rightly so, because we're not throwing strikes.
3-1 off Rain, and he is taking the entire way. 3-2. Now everybody's moving. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Eli Frank to come home. Kick in the pitch. Swung on and missed, and Frank will come back. Climbs the ladder to get a strikeout.
Nice job by Eli.
But not before the Cardinals get 5 runs on 4 hits. No errors, and they strand them full. We go to the 6th. Bayport's got some work to do. They're down by 5. As we remind you, and if you are looking for a place to grab some food, stop at Town Line. Taste the mouth-watering burgers, gourmet pizza, and endless appetizers, offering a casual atmosphere and lively feel. Why not stop in on the way to the game or grab a bite after the game, too? A night out, a group gathering after a sporting event, or a birthday, we want to thank you for your patronage. Town Line, where people come for the food and stay for the fun.
Go to the top of the 6th, Chris. Let's get some runs. Let's get 8. That'd be a nice number, wouldn't it? We'd be here a while, but
8 spot, huh?
8 spot.
It is the 2, 3, 4 hitters to get things going.
Carl Cano will lead off, followed by Theo Zeidler and Logan Van Lannen. Pirates trail 5-0 if you just turn it in. A 0-0 game through 4. Great pitching performance by Gavin Roosh. Some Prairie with like I say, errors and walks. And obviously there were a number in that 5th inning as the Pirates down 5-0.
Josh Karen, his 2nd inning of work. And
Josh did not like the umpire in his 1st inning of work. Nope. Probably likes him a little bit more now, up 5-0. So Karen to Cano. That's low. 1-0 pitch to Carl Cano. Text going on here between Vincey and Learman, and I don't think I get to know what any of these are, possibly.
He asked if it's safe to assume in the story that Connell struggled with his control.
Yes. I think Carl would even agree with that one. 2-0 pitch to Cano. That ball's down Main Street, 2-1. I think that's accurate reporting. Carl, knowing Carl and his personality, is going to be fine, and he'd agree. 2-1 pitch, Karen to Cano. 3-1. Now if you're Bayport, much like I thought when John Nickel was at bat on a 3-1 count that you'd be taking here. Need base runners. And Carl for sure taking right here. 3-run to Cano. Strike 2 to Carl. Carl walks his way down partly to first and then turns around. And Carl doesn't say anything. Not agreeing with the call, but doesn't care what Carl really thinks right now. 3-2 pitch. Karen to Cano, and Cano strikes out swinging. That brings up Theo Zeidler with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. Big Mo on the side of the Sun Prairie Cardinals right now.
I was going to say, it's not on the side of the Bayport Pirates right now.
Nope. There's only one other team they're playing, so it has to be the Cardinals.
Let's look at the season this year for Bayport.
Karen to Zeidler. Theo swings through the first pitch, strike 1.
The only loss was a 9-7 loss, come from behind by the Schwaben Jaguars.
Karen to Zeidler. Curveball up high, 1-1 your count.
Bayport won games 4-3, 6-0, 5-0, 3-2 to Pier the first game, that 13-inning game.
Doubleheader at Bayport that day.
3-0 over Preble, 6-1, 5-3.
Karen winds and delivers. Curveball up high, 2-1 your count.
Those are the games where Bayport struggled to score, yet they win them because their pitching's been so solid.
Solid today, too, also.
Yep.
Gavin Roosh, great job. 2 on the count. That ball's tapped to left side, foul. Count even at 2-2. So Theo, the junior, 475. Probably an all-state pick when it's all said and done, I would think, this year, Chris. The Bradley commit.
Only a junior.
Yes. Did I say that?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I did now. 2-2 to count to Theo. 3-2 now the count, and the pitcher walks off the mound again.
Actually, Theo, I think, took a step towards the dugout. He thought he might have struck out.
The count's full. And Theo goes down swinging. So 2 outs, top of 6. Brings up senior Logan Van Lannen. Logan with a shot to right field. In the 2nd inning, that inning where all of a sudden things got kind of wonky, I would describe it, professional term, wonky. Karen to Van Lannen. Ball high. Karen the catcher. So it's catcher to catcher, even though he's the pitcher right now. Karen looks into Van Lannen, 1-0 count. Van Lannen taps that one foul. Count even at 1. If you're just joining us, it's a 0-0 game through 4 innings, and then Bayport gives up 5 in the 5th. Sun Prairie leads 5-0. Top of 6, 2 outs. Logan Van Lannen, your batter, nobody on. Karen to Van Lannen, that ball's high. 2-1 your count. Karen takes his time out there, pitches everything out of the stretch. Logan with a swing of the bat. Karen, stretch, delivers. Curve ball, a little high, and now the count is run to 3-1. Just got to get something going. Maybe everything with 2 outs here, Chris. 4 or 5 hits in a row and get back in this game. 3-1 pitch to Van Lannen. Strike 2 called. Now it's full with 2 outs. Some Prairie crowd can taste it right now. 3-2 pitch to Van Lannen, and it was high. So Logan Van Lannen draws the walk, and he'll be courtesy run for by Jericho Klein, it appears. That is Jericho, number 12, the senior. Great young man. Jason and Paris, his parents. And those Grandma and Grandpa always listening from Texas. So Jericho getting his first action today in the state finals. Much like brother Dakota was a very good pitcher for the Pirates.
We saw Jericho warming up down the right field line earlier, too.
He was. Karen throws over. Klein dives in, back safe. I don't think Jericho's going anywhere, Josh Karen, but if you want to throw over there, go ahead. Eli Frank, your batter. He's now your pitcher. Karen to Frank. That ball's high and inside. Karen now struggling a little bit.
Well, he's kind of struggled the entire game with
Yes.
his control. Bayport's helped him out a few times this inning.
He leads the game in complaining also at this point. Stating the fact about that one, but that's how it is sometimes. Frank shoots one to left field, and that's going to be a hit. So the Pirates now with first and second.
Little
And
two-out rally.
And James Bornick. Never say never, Chris. Come on, James Bornick. Put a charge in one.
Bayport down 5, but a two-out rally here.
Manager for Sun Prairie wants to come out and have a conversation with Karen.
Nick asks how Frieder's doing. Nick Biome.
I'm doing well, Nick. I'd be doing better if we had 6 runs. But never say never. All I'd say is remember Wausau West.
I don't expect a Wausau West type thing, but hey.
Hey, why not?
Yep.
Why not? I'll tell you one thing. This king hit a long way.
Two away, bottom or top 6 rather.
I think that's where their manager went out to talk to him. Remember this guy? Corin Tabornik. That ball catches the outside corner.
Yeah, their manager actually stayed and watched the entire Bayport quarterfinal game against West Bend East.
Karen Bornick now steps out. Sounds like John Weber was just quoting my comments from the Wausau West game. My play-by-play. Some people are still listening to that one today. Corin to Bornick. Bornick swings through a changeup.
Yep, he has not given him a fastball the first 2 pitches.
I wouldn't throw him a fastball either.
In this situation, you can tell this is scouted.
Hard to hit a curveball out of the park. But if a guy could do it, James Bornick could do it. 0-2 pitch to Bornick. Karen looks in. James says, I want timeout. Just at a flyover.
Was that Southwest?
Southwest jet appears to be flying over. I thank them for that.
Never flown out of Appleton.
Karen to Bornick. Bornick fouls one right back at us. If that net was in there, we'd have caught that one.
You ever fly out of Appleton?
Yes, I have. I like the airport in Appleton.
I've never been there.
It's an airport. Planes come in, planes leave.
Bigger than Green Bay?
Similar in size to Green Bay. Maybe a little smaller possibly, but similar. Karen to Bornick. Whereas your travel agents help you out here today too. Bornick, that one gets past them and it gets second and third. So now Bornick's got a chance to drive in 2 here to get Bayport on the board and back in this game.
Jason Ripley checking in.
Jason probably played golf today. Down in Georgia, Atlanta area. Bayport grad. Karen, the 1-2 pitch to Bornick. That's high, 2-2. Sense the energy here from the Pirates, trying to get back in this one. Top of 6, 5-0 they're down with a threat here in the top of the 6.
James started 0 for 2 last game, or rather 0 for 1, got 2 singles then in his 3rd and 4th
Karen,
at-bats.
James says again, I'll take a timeout. Karen takes his time out there.
So here at the State at Neuroscience Group Field, he's got 3 base hits in the 2 games today.
How about 4, Chris? Let's make it an even number. Karen to Bornick. Shot back up the middle. It's a hit. Pirates, Bayport's going to score 1. They're going to try to score 2. There's going to be a play at the plate. He's safe. It's 5-2. Bayport back in it. James Bornick with a 2-out single. And Karen gives up his first runs of the year.
Boy, talk about that big wild pitch. That's an extra run, too.
Yes, it is. Pirates never say die. As Gavin Roosh, who gave you a quality 4 2/3 today, says, let me have a hack at it. So Pirates trying to climb their way back in it. Karen to Roosh. Throws an off-speed stuff for a strike. James Bornick, hot. His 4th hit of the day. And they're going to pitch run here for Bornick. As Kyle Birkland will come in to run and then be replaced, I'm guessing, in the lineup as
so
he'll come
back. He's been
used
as a courtesy runner. Now he's pinch running. Teresa Zeidler.
Said everything with 2 outs, and why not?
Fire up the bats. 2 runs in.
Come on, Gavin, hit a gap somewhere. 0-1 pitch to Roosh. That's a check swing. He didn't go.
Oy.
Oh, look at the Sun Prairie manager. You don't question calls, do you, in high school?
He comes out on
every play.
It's. We watched it the first game. He comes out on everything.
1-1 pitch to Roosh. And that's a ball low. He comes on ball strike counts. 2-1 now to Gavin. 3-1. Spoke too soon, 2-2 your count.
This isn't even the long call. Come on, Mike.
Sorry about that. I'm excited. Excited, if you haven't noticed. 2-2. Roosh trying to keep this inning going. The Pirates have scored 2. They're back in at 5-2. The 2-2 pitch to Roosh. That ball's outside. 3-2. Nickel on deck. Runner will be going here. Pirates everything with 2 outs, trying to claw their way back into this game. The 3-2 pitch. Karen to Roosh. He struck him out. And Gavin goes down, but the Bayport Pirates get 2. After 5.5, your score in this WIAA Division I championship game. Sun Prairie 5, Bayport 2. You're listening to Bayport Radio.
Hey, let's be honest. You know how it is. If you're a sports fan, there is no such thing as too much sports information. Well, that's just one of the reasons to follow Voice of BP on Twitter. We're talking live tweeting every Bayport broadcast. And don't stop there. Like us on Facebook, because when it comes to Pirate sports, the more ways to get it, the better.
Eli Frank back out to work for Bayport after the Pirates answer with 2. They're on the board. And they are up against it. But first, before you get back on the offense, you have to hold a Sun Prairie team that scored 5 last inning.
Eli Frank came in to get that last out of the inning where he ran that count full. And then got the Pirates out of that inning. And Pirates getting 2 back after 2 out on a huge hit from James Bornick. And no question, there's energy. And this game is intensified as the innings have gone on. Coach Hamilton definitely excited. I'm guessing that's his son who plays.
That's my guess. I don't
know that for sure, but definitely question a lot of calls during the course of this game. I've seen him manage quite often. Excellent manager, excellent program. Brings the intensity definitely to the field. So Frank will face the right fielder, Ostrenga, batting .300, a junior. He's got 2 home runs, 21 runs, and 16 RBIs. Eli trying to hold serve here and give the Pirates a chance in the top of the 7th. Eli, the senior, winds and delivers. Curveball, strike 1. Dorisenga on a slow bender. Mike Plummer, words of encouragement out there. Frank delivers. That one's high. 1-1 your count. Beautiful night here. Big crowd right now. Pirates outnumber in some Prairie. It should be as just proximity, but great night for baseball. 1-1 your count. Frank to Ostrenga. Eli spins one in there across the plate for strike 2. So Eli, like he's done all year, simply pounds the strike zone. 1-2 pitch from Eli Frank. Frank to Van Lannen, and that one's high, 2-2 your count. If you're just joining us, 5 runs some Prairie in the bottom of the 5th. Bayport comes back with 2 in the top of the 6th. 5-2, 2-2 your count. Your right fielder, Addison Ostrenga, your batter. Frank gets the sign. 2-2 delivery. Curveball, that one shot to right. Carl Cano gets a glove on it, but can't make the play. Been a tough play for Carl as that ball's fading away from him on a line drive to right field. So that's a hit for Ostrenga.
Boy, back-to-back bats for Addison where he gets a base hit.
And when he gets a hit, you bring up a kid like Shepard, who did fly out, popped out in that last inning, and the Pirates had a chance to get out of it, Chris, if you remember.
Yeah, you thought, whoa, there were 2 outs, nobody in
Shepard
yet.
Pops out, and it looks like the Pirates might work out of it. And then back-to-back hits, single, triple, and here we are, and a couple walks, and a hit batter, and just like that, it's 5-0. So Frank the Shepard batting .507. And now Ostrenga steals second base. Nice throw from Van Lannen. Ball got there in time, but just a bang-bang play at second base. So Eli Frank to Shepard. Shepard fouls one off hard to right. Beautiful night here in Grand Chute at Neuroscience Group Field. Pirates hanging in there. Try to make a run, but they need to hold serve here as some Prairie's got Ostrenga at second base and Shepard, one of your best players at bat. 1-1 the Shepard from Frank. Outside corner, strike 2.
He said everything to right field, and now he's complaining the pitch was outside. Just go with the pitch.
Seems simple. 1-2 the count to Shepard. Frank holds Ostrenga. Curveball, and that's low. 2-2 your count.
KB listening in.
KB beating Kathy Bennon. Her and Ben like to cuddle up on the couch a little bit during these late, for them, late evening. It's about 8.
Collins.
So 2-2. Frank to Shepard. Curveball shot to third. Gets past Theo. Ostrenga had to wait on that one. Now it's going to be first and third, nobody out.
E5.
Yeah, E5, I'd have to agree. Theo, ball hit hard at him and kind of handcuffed him. And now Bayport in a little bit of a trouble, I'd call it. So Coach Knutson now weighing the possibilities. Looks like Jacob Anderson down there warming up. I would think if Frank doesn't get this batter, you might see Anderson here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Jacob, great young man, will attend UW-Madison next year.
Davis Hamilton. He drove in the first run last inning, the 5th. A rip to right to get the 5-run inning started.
Well, I can tell you one thing. Shepard's stealing. You can probably bet your house on that one. However, then you put Hamilton on, probably. Now, if you're the Pirates, pick your poison at this point, right?
Boy.
You got Hamilton, you got Karen, you got Marino coming up. Infield in. 1-0 count. Pirates need a strikeout, a pop-up, a line-out, double play, something. Got any other ideas? Frank delivers. 2-0 to Hamilton.
Your on-deck batter is the best hitter that you've seen all year.
Yeah, you're kind of caught right now.
Must be line into a triple play here.
Well, there's a thought on that. And there's a strike from Eli Frank. I think I'd go with the off-the-back brick back to the catcher, but they got a padding back here, unlike Bayport. But
the batter just asked, was that the high strike? Well,
yeah.
If you argued that you thought it was high, of course it was the high strike.
That's a strike. Seen that a lot today. 2-1. Eli throws a curveball and
around the zone.
Now it's 3-1. If I'm umping right now, anything thrown close is a strike. That's why I don't ump.
It's just constant. That's why it's a tougher. I feel like it drags on you as an umpire.
3-1 to Hamilton. Shot back up the middle. That's going to be hit, and that's going to score 2. Jacob Kleeman's going to try to make a play, but it's not going to get him, and now it's 7-2, Sun Prairie.
2-run single from Davis Hamilton.
And much like Karen earlier, giving up to 2, that's the first 2 that Carl's given up all year. I mean, that Eli's given up all year. So what a year for Eli Frank. And I think if you're Coach Knutson, you're thinking Jacob Anderson right now. Honestly, love to see Jacob get a chance, but also want to see Eli get some outs.
7-2 is a pretty tall task with 1 inning to go.
And that brings Josh Karen. This guy can flat out hit a ball a long way, which was obvious when he hit it over. He argue that call?
Yes. Come on, he's talking to the umpire. Come on. I say when both teams complain. I pointed out when Bayport complains all the time.
Sure.
This is getting ridiculous.
It is. 0-1 count. Eli steps off. Well, it's interesting. Coach Hamilton, remember, questioned Gavin with the balk, and he was pretty. It was right before Gavin gave up those 2 big hits, too. Almost like a way to rattle Gavin, possibly, but he was pretty boisterous about it. Gavin wasn't doing anything different than he did all year or all game long.
Mr. Karen doesn't think either pitch was a strike so far.
Well, Mr. Karen should be batting about 1,000.
The kid can hit, but
no question.
On the mound, he's questioned everything, and he has right now.
0-2 count. That ball's outside. Nice play by Logan Van Lannen. I would have rung him up on that one.
Pitch missed
just
by
about
3
feet outside. You just see the umpire? You're out. 6 inches for each complaint. 6 complaints, that's a 3-footer. That's right. That's a 1-yard out. Eli with a pitch again. They're going to steal second base. And 7-2, and Sun Prairie says, we're just going to keep trying to pile them on here.
Sun Prairie loves to steal and hit and run better than anybody I've seen ever in the high school game. But
they don't strike out a lot.
Bayport, we've not tried to throw out runners all year because nobody's on base.
2-2, now it's 3-2.
I don't know if you're really exposing a weakness, but they've never had to do it all year.
Correct.
When you don't have to face base runners. Pitching staff's been so good.
And Logan's thrown out a number of runners throughout the year. Not many of them have been on base, obviously, so it's hard even to practice as Karen fouls one the right field. Karen tripled his last time up, hitting over the head of Jacob Kleeman. 3-2 pitch to Karen from Frank. Eli throws that one ball outside. Jacob Anderson's looking at Harvey right now.
Is he coming in?
I think he's coming in.
It's gone single, E5, single walk so far this frame. Bayport's down 7-2. We're in the 6th.
Jacob's ready, no question about it. Looks like they're going to give him one more batter. (7-2) if you're just joining us. First and second, nobody out. Marino, your batter. Scott Vinci has fallen asleep. You keep now. What's the text going on here? What's the latest one in the social media blitz here?
It's been a while since we've seen each other.
Oh, I know. You don't even talk to each other. You're like high school kids. You're 3 feet from each other, and all you do is text each other.
Little girls giggling in the back of the classroom.
I'm sitting in the middle of you two. He's behind a glass. You're both laughing. I'm getting a little paranoid right now, Mr. Learman.
Maybe you should be.
All right, Frank to Marino, 0-2 count. And Marino stays alive as he fouls that one back with a nice piece of hitting. Eli Frank, the senior. Heck of a career and heck of a season for Frank. And that one, they're going to try to steal third. And they've now stolen third base. Take no prisoners right now if you're Sun Prairie.
They're stealing second on this pitch.
Yes, they are. They want more. And that ball's high, and now it's 2-2. So 2-2 pitch to Liam Marino, the third baseman. Eli Frank looking for an out in this inning. Winds, pitches, strikes. Marino out. Big strikeout there for Frank.
I'm kind of on the side of, let's get Jacob in there.
Me too, no question.
7-2 game. Let the senior go pitch out on the mound.
I definitely agree with you. Jacob should get the net, definitely the last out in this inning. No question in my mind. So Eli Frank to Jackson Hunley, who started this game. That's a little bit high. (7-2) your score in this state WIAA final game. Sun Prairie leads Bayport. Frank to Hunley, and Hunley fouls that one back. 1-1 your count. The Bucks leading Atlanta after the first, 36-22. After a 38-point first half performance 2 nights ago, they come back with 36 in the first. Hunley squares to bunt, tries to squeeze a runner in at 7-2.
He popped up a bunt for an out earlier today. That was the first game.
Eli Frank, 1-2 your count to Hunley. delivers. Curveball shot to left field, foul. By about 20 feet. Now, if that was Scott Vinci, he would have been proud of me. It wasn't 80 feet left. We're in the bottom of the sixth. 7-2 your score. Eli Frank trying to get out of it. Infield in. 1-2 your count to Hundley, the sophomore, batting .343. Strike, 3, call. So Coach Knutson now looks and says, we're gonna stick with Eli Frank. So Eli trying to get out of it here. Eli the stretch delivers. And that one's outside. Chris, I'd agree with you. Jacob Anderson, you'd like to see him get a batter here. Not saying you're down 7-2 and don't have a chance, but odds are things definitely have to go your way in the last inning. Eli pitching well, though, doing a great job here for the Pirates. He's given up 2 in this inning. Karen also given up 2 in the top of the 6th. Pirates have committed 2 errors. They have 6 hits and 2 runs. Sun Prairie, 7 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. 1-1 pitch to Darren Radlin, the senior. Curveball, Radlin fouls that one back. And that was going to get caught by a spectator. Oh, they all kind of. One thing about little kids, they go after it. These older people kind of get out of the way.
2 losses this year for Sun Prairie. 8-7 to Madison West, 6-2 to Arrowhead.
They went down to Iowa, I think, and played in a tournament, if I'm not mistaken.
Won 5-4 in Iowa City.
1-2 pitch to Radlin. Here comes Eli Frank. Eli looks back to second base, steps off the rubber. So Eli thinking, hey, this could be the last pitch of my high school career for the Pirates. They'll go on to play at UW Whitewater. An outstanding career from the Pirates. Obviously cut a little bit short with the COVID-related issues last year. Eli Wines delivers. That ball is low and outside, and Eli walked off the mound there a little bit, but doesn't say anything.
Come on.
2-2.
Empire tell you when it's strike 3.
Right, they will. 2-2 the count. Frank to Radlin. Radlin fouls another one off. So Jacob Anderson has a chance to get in because they keep fouling him off. Eli will get to 100 pitches eventually. 2-2 the count. Lights are on here at Timber Rattler Stadium. Frank delivers. That ball hit to right, base hit. That's going to score 2 more runs, and it's now 9-2. As Coach Knutson looks down at Jacob Anderson and says, you ready? You might see Bryce Gorse-Lonchek go into this game too. You're going to see Jacob Anderson come into this game.
Good.
Jacob, a great, great young man.
Yes, he is. Multi-sport athlete that works his tail off in practice every single day.
You know, if a season would have to end like it looks like it will for the Pirates, never say never, but for Jacob Anderson to get a shot to go out there and pitch means things are right in the world, Chris. That's how I would describe it.
He's less than 2 months away from moving to his college dorm.
Right. Jacob, really smart kid, above a 4.0, I think, point-wise. Definitely high ACT score, and he'll attend UW-Madison and do great things in life. So saw his parents down there earlier. And Eli Frank with a standing ovation. I'll give him a clap too. Eli, great kid. Has had a great career here at Bayport High School. Like I said, this group is really easy to cheer for. You know, like we always say, Chris, losing sucks. But sometimes it happens. But it's how you lose sometimes that's more important. And Pirates doing it with class right here tonight.
Yeah, to a point, 9-2 is easier to take than a.
Yeah, good
few
baseball.
other.
I mean, this is, we said we'd like to see a good. We saw a really good.
We were
baseball
0-0 through 4, and we were less than an hour. Both teams were cruising, getting outs.
And then some Prairie hit the ball a little bit.
A lot of it. Well,
A lot of it. But
it should have been
Gavarouche
3, and then we
didn't hit it unbelievably hard, though. I mean, except for the
no,
Karen,
not at all.
who,
And that all came with 2 outs.
right. I mean, they're one pitch of getting out of nothing, and all of a sudden, 3 batters later, it's 3-0, and kind of the momentum taken out of Bayport.
So I think we're going to have who came out? Frank is going to go to the outfield.
Eli is going to go to the outfield. He's done that before. He's going to go to left. John Nickel, the junior, is going to come out of the game. So you're going to keep your seniors in the game.
Is Gorzalancha coming in to catch or no?
I thought I saw
him go
Bryce.
down to possibly put the gear on.
So did I.
Nope, 9 is sitting on the railing. I just saw him next to Tevin.
So, Jacob, you got his stats. Joki's done a nice job this year. Some
Jacob Anderson
critical
for Bayport this season. Again, senior pitcher on the year. He has thrown 6 games, 8 1/3. No runs, no hits, 1 walk, 15 strikeouts.
He's got a no-hitter. Hey, come on. Why hasn't he been pitching all year? Come on, Jacob Anderson. Jacob Wines delivers high. Van Lannen to third on to second. And they're going to steal the base up 9-2. No comment. So Jacob 1-0. Brady Stevens, your batter. They actually put a different guy in. A senior batting .343.
Stevens has been in all day.
Oh, has he? Haven't noticed that. And Jacob throws that one, and it gets away from Logan. Now you got a
Stevens
person at
today.
third base.
He's the one who started the 5-run fifth that got robbed of a base hit by Kleeman.
He's your first baseman.
Correct.
It's been a long day.
Every day is 24 hours.
This one feels longer right now. It felt shorter in the 4th inning.
Let me tell you what.
Come on, Jacob Anderson. 2-0 pitch.
Multiple baseball games in a day is long.
But it's been a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 3-0. Jacob looking to battle back now. Jacob, 3-0 pitch. That's a strike called. Anderson trying to battle his way back. The senior. 3-1 your pitch to Stevens, the first baseman. Pirates trail 9-2. Bottom of 6. They got one more chance in the next inning. Anderson, the pitch. That ball's low. And he walks Stevens. It's all right, Jacob. Come on, let's go get one. I mean, I suppose Coach Hamilton wants to steal another base, possibly.
Start feeling the hostility over there.
So 9-2 your score. Jacob Anderson to Carter Wambach. Anderson the pitch. That ball's just inside. Anderson looks in for the sign from Van Lannen, senior to senior. And Wambach fouls that one back, and a nice fastball by Anderson. One your count. Jacob looks into Logan. Out of the stretch, delivers. That ball's a little low. 2-1 your count. No activity in the Pirate bullpen. Coach Hamilton now would like to have a pitch runner for the first baseman.
Yep, I think he's
I'm
going
guessing
to
that's
bring in
a senior.
Senior Isaac Frosto.
Nice move by Coach Hamilton
You
there.
see the assistant coach coming down the line and said, "Hey, coach, we got a chance here."
Nice job by their assistant coach. So Anderson to Wambach. 2 outs here, bottom of the 6th. Jacob out of the stretch delivers. That ball's hit to right field. John Nickel trying to get under it. That ball's going to drop in the gap. And it's now 11-2. That ball just kind of hung up there. Like they didn't see it for a while, Chris. Looked kind of strange, didn't it?
Yeah, kind of. You're going to go get that. You're going to go get that. Oh.
Because it wasn't hit. It was hit deep, but not in the gap. But didn't seem like either of them got a good jump on that, thinking the other one might have it. So Anderson pitches. Strike 1.
All of a sudden, we're a batter away from game over.
We are. They could finish it here.
11-2.
Didn't even think about that.
10
They
run
could
run.
end it here.
Oh, no, state championship can't have at least in softball it can't. They told us that.
Anderson, strike 2 call. Jacob trying to get out of it and give the Pirates a chance through the top of the 7th. Jacob Anderson, the senior. 0-2 count, winds. Out of the stretch, I should say, and delivers. That ball's fouled back by Ostrenga. Coach Knudsen out after that one, getting his steps in. So Jacob Anderson delivers. That ball's fouled to right. I think the 10-run rule does apply because in that first game, they were talking about that.
That's not the state championship game.
Good point. State semifinals. Necessarily don't know why it would change. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Because that wasn't the state champion?
I don't know. I mean, we're gonna hopefully we don't find out. Hopefully we just look that up later on. Jacob trying to work his way out of it. 0-2 count. To Ostrenga. Struck him out. Jacob Anderson with a strikeout in the state championship game. So we go to the top of the 7th. The Pirates trail 11-2 to Sun Prairie. You're listening to Bayport Radio.
At North Shore Bank, we know you need access to your money wherever you go. So whether you're getting cash at one of our 33,000 free ATMs, paying the dogs that are with Pop Money, depositing a check with mobile banking, or cashing in your vacation fund at a free coin counter, North Shore Bank is in your wallet, on your phone, and at a local branch. North Shore Bank, the bank of you. Get My Cashback rewards with use of your free MasterCard debit card and up to $300 when you open a checking account. Open by September 30th at northshorebank.com or an office near you. Member FDIC.
Top 7, and it's 11-2. Which means for Bayport, we're going to see some seniors hit. Looks like Bryce scores a line check. Landon Tilkey in the 8-9 spots, and then we'll see who comes up after that. Well, Bryce gets introduced, the Bayport senior backstop. And the first offering from Cairn is in there for a strike. Gorzalanchik, 333 on the year. On base percentage, 500. 0-1 off, Rain up and in. Gorzalanchik attempted to get
I think he
hit.
wanted to get hit, but
He did not try to avoid that one.
Nope.
Just missed his
talked
shoulder.
about that, how many kids have gotten hit in the last couple games.
1-1, swing in a pop-up to right center field. Moving out is Strenga, and he'll put Bryce away with the F9.
Tell you what, our batter, our bat boy, little Lutke there, he's upset right now.
Landon Tilke,
Come on, Landon.
senior. Second baseman or just regular infielder. If I told you he's been hit by 2 pitches this year. And he'll
Tilke
line
with a
a
shot.
shot up the middle. That's going to be a base hit for Landon.
Hey, Landon Tilke. You just got a hit in the state championship game, my friend.
That's awesome.
You can tell your kids you'll ripped one to right field for a hit when you get older.
I think the second baseman in this dive attempt did something to his finger. And the athletic trainer is going to come out.
He's going to tape it up, it looks like.
Well, we've been treated to the Bellin Health Titletown Eric and Tyler all year long. Jacob Kleeman, top of the order. 1 away here in the 7th. So the senior Jacob will bat here.
Jacobs had quite a season, like you said, Chris. Over 500 on base percentage.
Breaking pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1. And Jacob 0 for 3 in the state championship game, and that's not at all like him for a guy that gets on base over 50% of the time, as Mike mentioned. Down in the dirt and a good block. I must say, for a backup catcher, Jason Starr has been pretty decent back there. And a balk called on the pitcher Karen, so that'll allow Tilke into scoring position. Swinging a grounder up the middle. And stabbed by the pitcher. Throw to get the runner, Tilke. Not much Landon could do there. Kleeman will reach on the 3-6 putout. It's just a nice stab up the middle by the pitcher, Josh Karen.
Surprised he just didn't go to first. That runner meant absolutely nothing.
And Jericho Klein to bat. Sun Prairie is 1 out away from the state championship. Karen to work home, swinging a chopper. Karen's going to field it on 2 hops. Pick, throw to first. Cardinals, state champions for Sun Prairie. That is the 9th time in school history that Sun Prairie is state champions. 8th time under the direction, rather 6th time under the direction of head coach Rob Hamilton. 11-2 your final, Bayport. They'll take the silver.
We got fans out on the field. Sun Prairie fans are out there.
We'll step aside, take a break, and recap this one. You listen to Bayport Pirate Baseball.
You're listening to Bayport Pirates Sports on NEW Sports Radio at newsportsradio.com.
11-2, your final. Bayport, they're going to take silver home after one whale of a season, 27-2. As today's Bayport baseball broadcast press supported by Town Line Pub and Grill, by Gallagher's Pizza, Bell & Health, Titletown Sports Medicine, Orthopedics. The Press Times, your local paper and online source for Pride Athletics. By North Shore Bank, the bank of you. Zesty's Frozen Custard Grill, the finest frozen custard in town. And by members of the NEW Sports Radio Broadcasters Club. Well, first of all, appreciate everybody listening. Hey, Jim Honish from Sun Prairie fan.
Awesome.
We have, if it's Bayport fans, Sun Prairie fan, whoever you're listening.
Whoever it is.
From all across the globe. This year ends our 72nd broadcast for Bayport Pirate Athletics. And it's always a blast. It's always fun. It ends here at the state championship game. Obviously, it's a loss for Bayport, but what we do is made so much more fun for the other team fans, our fans, the entire communities, and where everybody listens from.
Yeah, and a shout out to you, Chris. You know what you've done over the years with this broadcast thing. I've loved doing it. I know people all around like listening to us. Hopefully, you know, we do a good job doing it so people can listen. But a special thank you to News. Now you especially with, you know, Presley, the young one. So yeah, your time and effort. It's crazy that during this COVID time we covered 71 games, and very proud of this baseball team too. It's Coach Knutson leading the Pirates to a state championship performance in his first year as head coach. Carr Harvey's a great person. I knew that when we turned this game or this team over from Coach Simons, who had a Hall of Fame career, to Harvey Knutson, it was in good hands, and that's evident tonight as Bayport falls 11-2 to a very, very good Sun Prairie team. So thanks for everybody for listening. It's been an awesome year. It's always proud for me to be the principal of Bayport High School, and a great group of kids, this baseball team. I spent some time in the dugout with them, like I've said, and they're easy to cheer for. But once again, Chris, thanks a lot for a great year.
So this Bayport baseball team graduates 15 seniors that helped get them to Fox City Stadium. Ultimately ends in the state title game. Yes, it's a loss, but a program that was built the foundation with head coach Mike Simons, led this team over to Harvey Knutson, but brought up with Jason Klein, Mark Hebert, this group specifically.
Joe Schluter.
Yep. All the way through. Jeff Cano and that group that helped this class of 2021. That's all alumni now. And they will take home a medal from the WIAA, and they are runner-up in the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association Spring Baseball Season 2021.
Bayport now getting introduced.
So
receiving their silver ball.
Our last thing. So we are 2 months away from, we are 49 days away from football game, Mike.
Bring it on, baby.
Bayport will open up on Thursday, was it Thursday, August 16th, I do believe. And so 49 days away, we'll be back at it. Bayport football will be back into hopefully a full normal year. So through the COVID year, everything a little bit of a struggle. We added video, which that's going to be a part that stays, I think. There's no reason to take it away if we can.
It's not good for us because we make a lot of stuff up during the game.
Yeah, I hope the ride's been fun for everybody out there. For all these fans have been able to be a part of the video streams. Obviously, the playoffs, it gets a little more complicated, and it switches to audio only. State, because they have a live stream, it's audio only. But video's going to be something to stay, and that's kind of awesome from our standpoint as well. It is. So, Mike, thanks for the year. Appreciate you joining again.
Great time.
From the WIAA State Tournament from Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium in Grand Chute, Bayport, they fall 11-2. Your state title game, they will be your state runner-up in 2021. Have a wonderful evening, a wonderful 4th of July holiday coming up, and a great rest of your summer. Howard Swamico, after 72 broadcasts, the 2020 2021 school year has come to a close. Good night, everybody.